Good evening, evening. My name, my name is Occupational Click. Click. And I thank you ever so much for joining me, and my brother, other, on this rainy night. Stream. And we will be right back. We will be right back to join you in 30 seconds. Okay, we're back. Yes. And I'm Occupational Click. This is Bro C, Brother Click, Little Guy, Special Needs, whatever. They all work, right? This isn't a joke. You didn't want to stream. You're like, fuck you, man. I thought, well, I wanted to share. I was going to share the news on my last stream, but my last stream got a little rained out. A little rained out, yeah. We did end up going to the diner, which was not planned, but the pleasant surprise, the diner was actually better than normal. It was pretty freaking good, yeah. So, okay, so I'll share my news. Okay. Now, I pulled that. You saw at the very beginning of my last stream that got rained out. I pulled that creeping vine. It was creeping, that poison ivy. I just pulled her out of the day. It was longer than I thought, but I pulled that thing up. Yeah. So, no, the creeper thing is gone. You missed that show. You don't like my red, burgundy, button down blouse? How dare you? How dare you? It's still, it cooled down with the rain, but it's still warm. So I'm leaving my blouse wide open. Let my freak. Why is Penny? Why am I dealing with him? Yeah, I thought I would tell us an important, story. Guess not. Brother Clip, we can make it a short one.
Exactly. We'll just hang out for a few.
Well, I did. We should tell him I did get my 2 checks.
Yes.
I picked them up. I think I told it last night. Pick them up in person. I explained that. I deposited them on Monday. They cleared for Tuesday, so now I can start paying off bills and shit. And it's amazing how quickly the money can go. Congratulations. It was my brother who said, well, the one you should pay off is that credit card you put the fucking car on. So I can now say I own my Sebring. Cost me $3,000. Well, $3,500. $3,000 for the car, $500 for titling and licensing, which I would have had to have paid anyway, whether it be the DMV or on site. So the $500 I had, I paid that. The $3,000 I put in a credit card, and so now that credit card's been paid off. So I can at least say I own my car. I own my Aught 3C. I like the car. I can't complain, but I own my car. Congratulations. Thanks to the behemoth who wanted to break my jaw, and the lady at the law firm who agreed to take on my case, even though she's gone now, and them actually winning and coming to a deal quicker. So I own my car. That's not what I was really wanted to talk about, but it's all right. And this is it. Button up my body. No one's here. I have important news I want to share.
Not a lot of activity.
No, you don't understand, you idiot. You get with these teenager jobs. Christ. I own my last car. This car. I needed a new car. Well, I needed a car. Not really new, but I needed a drivable vehicle. Didn't have a job, but it's like a vicious cycle. I need a car to get a job. I need a job to pay for the car. But being in my 40s, I have credit cards and plenty of well-established credit and endless credit lines. So I said, you know what? Even though I don't like doing it, fuck it. I need the car. I don't have the cash. Here, put on the credit card. I had enough credit to cover it. A teenager couldn't do that. Anyway, the point is, yeah, I don't like putting things on. Well, maybe I got a bad habit of putting things. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on a lot of different credit cards.
Yes. Well, first, let's talk about the diner. No, they got these things at the diner real quick. I took some pictures. Maybe I'll share them. Maybe I won't. They got these things they call mini meals, which I like because you get a pretty good bang for the buck. Like if you want to buy, what's his name? Dev Pike was talking about steak. You know, they got steak on the menu that's like 25 fucking bucks, which is pretty pricey for a fucking diner. But if you buy a mini meal steak, it's 17 bucks, and it also comes with soup, your choice of potato, whether it's mashed or baked or French fries, and it comes with a dessert and a soda, all for 17 bucks. So it's like, I remember it was one time years ago when things weren't so expensive. Yeah. The one lady said, "Oh, don't just order a steak, order the mini meal because for $1 or $2 less, you get all this extra shit. You're actually paying less for more. It's a special meal." And back then, you know, a steak might have been like 17 and the mini meal was 15. Now it's like, you know, mini meal 17, the steak is $25, $26. So I got myself a chopped steak with onions, chopped steak and onions. I went with French fries. I'm at a diner. It's dinner time. I said French fries, potato, and I got chicken soup. Chicken noodle soup was delicious. Even though it's a warm summer day, it was delicious, and came with the dessert. They had ice cream. Well, I guess it's summertime. Everyone wants ice cream. Yeah. So they're like, I want a vanilla ice cream. Like, well, we don't have vanilla. We got sugar-free vanilla. I'm like, well, I mean, I might look like a fat ass, but if I'm getting ice cream, I want real ice cream. Yeah, sorry, we're out of vanilla. So I went with chocolate pudding, and you went with Jello.
Oh, red Jello.
Red Jello. So I got pudding, Jello. You didn't get chop steak. I got the chop steak with the onions. You got what? Yeah.
I got a London broil.
London broil. So there's that.
Yeah, little cutlets of steak. I got the fries. I also got the chicken soup. We got a thing of mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks were good.
Yeah, before we got the meals as an appetizer, we ordered just one thing of mozzarella, 6 mozzarella sticks. He had 3, I had 3. So just a little starter appetizer. And the last few times we went, like the mozzarella sticks tasted like shit. The soda was flat. Blah, blah, blah. This time, you know, I like going to the diner. Sometimes everything sucks. Sometimes one thing's great, one thing sucks. This time we got very lucky. That's why we're so praiseful of the diner tonight. I'm lucky we went. Everything was good for change. Even the soda, I didn't have to put sugar in. It was like, it wasn't flat. The soda was like nice. Sometimes mozzarella sticks are shit. Really, that burn taste. Tonight they were delicious. Well done. Even the chicken soup, you were like,
yeah. Chicken soup was phenomenal.
I was like, you know, you might think I had just chicken soup, but I like, as far as chicken soup goes, I was like, holy shit. Steaks were good. Although smaller. They got, I guess, in order to keep the mini meal cheap, they made the portions smaller. It was still good. There was less than I remember, but it was all very good. No complaints.
It no longer comes with a side vegetable.
Yeah, that's right. I used to get like broccoli or corn or carrots or something. It only comes with the side of vegetables. So in order to keep the mini meal cheap, they made the steak smaller and they dropped, you know, you can still get a vegetable, but then you have to give up the potato. So you can't get as much, or you have to give up the soup. It used to come with soup, potato of something, French fries or baker, and veg. Now it's, you pick 2 of the 3. So we said, fuck the vegetables. Yes. Yeah. We'd already had mozzarella sticks. It was veggie enough for us.
Yes. Fried cheese. Yes.
Well, this blouse makes me look thinner. I wear this blouse because it hides the fat a little bit better. Does this blouse make me look fat? Oh my god. My news isn't really good news, it's just sort of interesting, which I thought I'd share, which I will share in a moment. Hold on. I didn't bother uploading these photos, but I took them. The pudding wasn't bad, but how was your jello? Meh, or was it right?
It was meh.
They're out of ice cream. See, there's me. Chocolate pudding. That's some Becky in the back who had nothing to do with any of us. You can't see her too well. I'll upload the photo. There's what my brother's dessert was. See that? Hey, look, brother, click. That's you.
Yes, yes, it is.
While you're responding to the camera, look at your eyes looking into their souls. See
Yes,
it?
yes.
It's almost like cranberries or some shit.
There's very, I'm gonna say it's sweet, maybe tangy, like it didn't taste like Jello normally does.
There I am eating my chopped steak. Chopped steak and French fries. Here's my. He didn't get a chopstick. He got, what was it again? The London Broil,
London broil.
which is more like slither steak or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, here's. Look at that chicken. The chicken soup. It was a small cup, but it was delicious. Oh my god, the chicken soup was good.
Yes.
I put a little salt in the chicken soup because I like salt in things. And those are the mozzarella sticks. We split the mozzie sticks. They were good, but you know, we used to get our own. I get 6, you get 6. I guess being over 40 and being fat and being bloated from beer and just aging in general, I can't eat like I remember when I was, at some point when I was a kid or a teenager, my father would say, "Here, finish my food," and I'd say, "Well, why you don't want it?" And he goes, "I can't eat like I used to." I'm getting to that point now, being over 40. I'm like, I can't. I still, still willing. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe I'll start losing weight because in the past, now it's like I've had that mistake. I say, okay, we each have our own thing of mozzarella sticks. So have 6, I have 6. I eat them, but by the time the meal comes out, I'm like, I can't finish this meal. So I don't need to eat the way I used to. I'm no longer a growing boy. This is my full growth, and now I got to start shrinking. Shrinking the weight. Yes, that's Photoshop. Yes, it was. And that's the only reason I'm praising it because we weren't planning to go to the diner. I didn't really want to go to the diner. Last few times we went was meh. It was actually, I guess we can't complain. The place wasn't crowded at all, and the food was actually pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes.
What did you have for dinner tonight?
You mentioned you had a steak, but what could
You said the other day, I thought.
Oh, my mistake.
I said tonight. What did you have tonight? Answer me. Answer me or go into a timeout. Come on, he's not answering.
Give him time.
It takes time, did he?
It takes time.
Yes, it's Photoshopped. Oh, we no longer. Every time I would log in, I would have to into StreamYard. I would have to change the settings from 480 to 720.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do 1080 because I'm not paying for this damn thing. But I would always go up to 720. Now it looks like it auto 720s. And you can change the landscape before you stream. Yeah, they keep adding bells and whistles. I know the Starlings don't care, but for my own records, I don't care for most of them. It's almost like it's not like you made some great improvement. You're just reinventing. Okay, it's like I remember in The Simpsons, the new Barbie doll, just like the old one, except she has a hat now or whatever. Malibu Stacy has a hat. It's like it's the same fucking thing. You just changed a little attribute. They keep changing this fucking. It doesn't make anything better. It's like more like the red button over here is now a blue button down there. It used to. It's like it's not actually improving anything. So he also with steak and potatoes. Steak and potatoes. We didn't have chili, but there was a little garnish of not broccoli, lettuce. We had a little piece of lettuce. There was a lemon too, but I didn't. So see, we had steak and potato and a little green.
Right there.
Great stomachs eat the same. Fat, ugly fucks eat the same. I like the cut of your stomach, Tuli. Eat the same. We'll get to the thing. Maybe I shouldn't mention the thing. Maybe I shouldn't mention it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the time.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, yes.
I felt like the barbecue was such a fucking bust, and we didn't. And it's like,
yes.
I mean, I think after we left, it stopped raining, but it was overcast. It rained again a bit later, so I guess it wouldn't have been feasible to grill. But we didn't know because up until that very second, all day it was like a perfect grilling day, all fucking day. You know, had it rained like an hour or two earlier, I might say I can't chance it might rain again. All day it was just hot, sunny, and while these things happen, usually there's more warning.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Usually you'll actually hear thunder well before it comes, in the summertime especially. It'll be nice and sunny. You'll see the clouds in the distance. You can tell, okay, in the next hour or so it's probably going to start drizzling and then it might come down. This was like went from clear skies to a downpour. Yeah, that was kind of unusual, yeah. You know. Hello. Now we've probably met. I probably know you by some other name. So are you going to tell me who you really are, or do we have to play this game again? Nice to see you, Ice Swallow. Come.
Dear God.
Like Seymour Butts, or
Yeah. Amanda hugging his.
Oh, it's a one. It's a. I am Sofa King. Retod Ed or whatever. Me, because I was singing in the rain. You saw me. Yeah, it was underwater. One thing, I shouldn't blame my brother because it probably wasn't his fault. It's just odd that the microphone goes muted when he's holding the camera, and then later it sounds like we're drowned out when he's holding the camera. When I hold the camera, I don't have these problems. So I don't know. Maybe it was just bad luck, but it just seems like twice there was some. I think we got to work on our camera operating skills, buddy. Before you say, "Oh, fuck you, clean the bathroom," I'm going to tell you it's important not only for me but for your audience here.
Yeah.
Thomas White. Okay, yes, we are fellow loser white dudes because we're white or because we're your followers. Yes, we worship. Well, actually, I don't know much about you. We met once. You came on once. It was nice, and I think you were going to talk to what's his name.
Are we white dudes because we talked to Thomas White?
What's his name? Dev Pike wanted to talk, but you guys, then you ran away from him. I was on Dev Pike's side. I'm like, whoa, I love to see who you talk. Thomas, come on, you disappeared. So, damn. Jesus Christ. Hi. Maybe we shouldn't have come back on. Now it's turning into it's a love fest.
Yes.
Wait, your channel is banned, is what you're saying? Your channel finally got a ban,
He was
or
mentioning something like that.
well, let's see if we can go to your channel. According to this, your live streams are still up. In fact, you have an upcoming stream, something about District 9. So it looks like your channel is still there. You can still stream, it looks like.
Unless the ban goes into effect at a certain point.
Well, it would say this has been suspended. It's still up. Yeah. Horse. What did I say? Something about a shit show, this and that show.
I forget. I don't know. You regret streaming?
Yeah, I don't know how to get out of this one. I think I did say horses here now. Now it's turning to a total shit show. We weren't gonna be on too long. No. All right. Well, okay. So what I want to share, I actually this isn't really good news, but desperate for a job. I was looking on this job. I still I went on job post thing and it said, "Are you depressed? Is your life fucked up? You can be part of one of those trial things." So I said, "All right, what the hell?" I signed up. This was like a couple months ago, and I answered some questions. I got a call back today from the bitch. This bitch, she's like, "Yeah, She goes, "We're on Staten Island." And I said to her, "Well, I'm in Central Jersey. It's not that far, but I don't want to pay. There's a toll, like $18 to go over that. It's called the Outer Bridge Crossing." I'm like, "All right." She goes, No. We'll hire you an Uber there and back." I said, "Well, how much does it pay?" She goes, "Well, You come in for a pre-screening and a screening same day, 50 plus 200, so you get 250. We give you a card, a prepaid debit card, and then we'll pay for your Ubers here and back like every 2 weeks. I said, okay. And she goes, I'm like, man, what do I have to lose? If this pill kills me, it kills me. She goes, you might get the placebo. So I said, well, are you going to tell me at the end if it was a placebo or a real? She's supposed to give me some pill. I'm not enough pills already. What's one more pill? So I said, listen, what if it turns out I get the placebo and I think it sucks, and I tell people this drug sucks? How would I know that? Oh, it was actually the placebo? Do they tell us at the end? She's like, honestly, I don't know. The drug manufacturer's in charge of that. I said, well, how long will this be? She said about 6 weeks, like twice, like every 2 weeks, I think you'd go in. I said, okay. So she left it with, I'm going to send you some literature. But I thought if I do this, I can make YouTube videos about it. That's why I've never been part of a drug trial, and I'll come back and be like, I think I got the placebo. That's never do anything. But yeah, I wanted to share. Now, my brother has reservations.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he only gets paid when he goes to the lab or whatever. You don't get money for the duration. How much do you think you'll make from this? Like 400, 500? Which I guess is nothing to shake a stick at because you have no damn money.
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
I think $50 pre-screening is just. I even said to her, I said, I don't want to come in for a pre-screening and be told I'm not approved. She goes, no, don't worry. We'll do the pre-screening and screening same day. You'll definitely get paid for both. I said, fine, because I might need to take blood. I said, fine. That's $250 guaranteed. And I think if it's every 2 weeks for 6 weeks, I think it's $100 each time. So it's 600 plus the 250, so 850 about. I think, yeah.
Okay. All right then.
And a penny pounder, a broken clock. Yeah, I got to be careful. I can't leave these pills laying out. They'll ask me, I'll say, I'm out of pills. What happened? Oh, my brother got into them and he took 10 of them for some fucking reason. We got to be careful with that. Yeah.
Yes.
No, Tully, this is Staten Island, which is part of New York City. It's not where all the big buildings are. That's called Manhattan. But there's more. I always try to tell people there's more than there's 5 boroughs. Look it up, 5 boroughs. This is Staten Island, which is the closest, not that far from here. Pay the troll toll to get into that boy's hole. That was from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is the opposite direction. Neither are really far, but they're in opposite directions. Staten Island's about half hour, 45 minutes northeast. North Philly is like 45 minutes southwest. So same A for effort, but no, Philadelphia is southwest. I'm going northeast, but it's close enough. That was what's his name years ago. They don't show that on regular TV anymore, but on Always Sunny in Philadelphia years ago, what's his name? DeVito. They were putting on a play. You got to pay the troll toll to get into the boy's soul. Got to pay the toll to get into that boy's hole. Like you see, like my name, OC 0. Because a 0 is like an O and a cent sign is like a C, but I have 0 cents. 0 cents. Me so fucking retarded. Ice wallow come. We have a theme going on here tonight. Pay the troll toll to get into the boy's hole. No, it's boy's soul. You make it sound like boy's hole. It was like, boy's soul, boy's hole. Yeah. Ice swallow come. Do more beer.
So what do you Starlings think about his test trial thing?
Wait, actually, hold on, wait. What's new? Thoughts on Raymond's channel? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I told your buddy Dev Pike. I don't watch Raymond. I tried looking at him once, and after 2 minutes, I really lost interest. But that's one thing you guys, I don't understand why you and Dev Pike don't get along. You both seem enamored with Raymond. People seem to love Thomas White, and Thomas White seems to love Raymond. Dev Pike does not love Thomas White, but is really you're very polarizing to a lot of these Starlings. And yeah, Dev Pike loves Raymond. I really can't tell you much about Raymond. That's correct. Penny Pounder, good job. There was an old joke when we were kids. Staten Island is home to the largest man-made structure on Earth. What's that? The Fresh Kills landfill. Yes, that was New York City's garbage dump. That's correct. I think they closed it. It's still there, but they don't fill it up anymore. It filled up. But yeah, that was an old joke. The greatest structure ever built by man. The Fresh Kills landfill. That's correct. Yes, I know, but it sounds Christ. Never mind. do you think it's a mistake? It'll just be like income in addition to like whatever else stashing. I said, should I become a substitute teacher? I hate kids, but just get $100 to go, watch some class for a day. My brother's like, I don't know if I ever back to like 5-6 day a week conventional work.
We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think what's something that there's like really no commitment. You can make quick money that day. I don't want to deal with kids, but it's like, okay, I don't work here. If I don't like this place, I just never come back again. It's just I'm just putting ideas out there. Starlings aren't offering me shit.
No, they're not. Of course, that seems to support it.
It's not just that. I'm asking for other ideas.
No, it's
Oh yeah, who else said security guard? Was that just him, or did someone else say security guard?
possible someone says something like that.
Now, why are you so tired? I know you worked.
Yeah,
You got to work every day. Me, I get up and do nothing. The bathroom's still a mess.
Yeah, I know.
We couldn't even grill today.
No,
We had our heart set on grilling.
I had to go out.
After this beer, do we have a tea? Is it tea time before bed?
It could be.
We don't have to. We won't be on too long. This is kind of like more of a. I want to bring the other stream into completion because the other stream, before you say, "Oh, OC, all your streams suck," before you say that, yeah, but even for me that sucked because we got rained out. That was not planned. It was an event, but it was just like I felt like that stream didn't end naturally. It ended prematurely because an act of God decided that no more streaming. Don't worry. When he takes 10 of my placebo, medical trial pills, he'll be. Okay. Yes. Like Dumb used to talk about, like when you're depressed, majorly depressed, like he used to be. It's like it's hard to explain to others, like how there's just like no. It's like kind of feel like until my mind is right, I can't put my mind to doing anything else of value. Hence why I stream, because this means nothing. This is meaningless. I can't do anything important until my mind is right.
No,
I know. I understand, but that's kind of how it feels.
no, you could do other things.
Well, like I said, maybe I shouldn't point fingers. The mute button thing happened when he was holding the phone. Maybe it was a raindrop, but then that under the sea water that also happened when he was holding. Maybe it was just the raindrops. But it's amazing how when I was holding the phone, I didn't have those problems. I think it was the raindrops, but if you'd held the phone properly, less of a chance that would happen. I think it was partly user error. Partly the raindrops are to blame, but the raindrops shouldn't have had the ability they had if the cameraman had been slightly more adept.
No, it was an unavoidable act of God.
An unavoidable act of God. Very good. No, it's meant. I gotta get it. It's turned into a dump. I gotta clean the other bathroom. We gotta get out of this house. It's just everything. This is true. I'm biting the hand that feds.
Yes.
Well, I want to buy you. I do want to buy my brother a present. You want to tell the present? It's nothing major.
They're insoles for my shoes.
I like to put those Dr. Scholl things because he's on his feet all day. And they buy him shoes. They buy him these special. Maybe Thule gets them too. Right. What do they call it? Anti-slip?
Anti-slip. That's it.
If you work in like meat or seafood or anything that's got like animal blood and fat. There's always if you're in a grocery store, if you were to walk behind the seafood department or the meat department, the floor is all slippery. All the fat and grease and shit ends up on the floor. So they buy them these non-slip. So every 6 months he gets non-slip shoes. But the shoes have very thin insoles, so I like to buy the Dr. Scholl's, the custom one, the ones that are custom for your foot. That way you can slide them into extra support because they really do help. But I said, well, let's see which size you want because he had 2 different sizes. He wasn't sure, so I said, wear both. He's got 2 old ones, and I'll buy a couple of that whichever you like better. Because one is the one you've been wearing isn't as long as the other, but the long one might be kind of screwed up. So try them both out, the old ones out, and we'll buy a new pair of insoles. Like I said, every time you get a new pair of shoes, you should get the grocery store pays for the shoes. You should just christen a new pair of insoles. Use the old ones with your old sneakers, hang around sneakers. But you should always start a new pair. Definitely every 2 for sure. Every one is probably better every 2. It's been a while. It's been over a year and a half. So I'm like, I think you need new insoles.
Yes.
No, those aren't actually old man. I mean, it's possible old man shoes are non-slip as well. I remember my father's uncle. He's dead now, but he used to wear those old man. I know what you're talking about for his bunions and stuff. It's not that. The next time you're at a grocery store, look at, you see the seafood people or the deli people or the meat department people. Look down. They're usually wearing white, like lab coats or white, meat coats. Look down. It's not the same as old man shoes. It's hard to describe. It's
the bottom of the shoe. It's more like a wheel on a tire on a car.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really does grip the ground. It feels different from a regular sneaker.
And how long do they last? Because every 6 months you get a new one. After the 6-month mark, are they really shot or they're still decent-ish? Like how long?
It varies. Sometimes they're really, really destroyed, just coated with the grease. Sometimes breading, other oil, other shit. Sometimes they really are destroyed. Sometimes they're not too bad. But yeah, they really do get used up.
Right. So actually, when you first get them, they're great. You'd say within a few months, you might as well wear regular sneakers at that point.
I wouldn't say that. No. The bottom, the actual shoe part is still strong. It's just the part that covers your foot has holes.
Okay, so the traction, the tire, that part is fine for all 6 months. You don't slip. So, okay, so that survives the 6 months. But the rest of the shoe, maybe it's designed that way. Yeah. It starts to fall apart. Yeah, and like you said, they have the insoles aren't that thick. It's like so your the bottom of your foot and sock really hit the tire treads pretty quickly. So yeah. You don't need incel shoes. Insole. You got to have soul, Pounder. You got to have soul, man. Come on. You got soul. You got soul. I like it like that. In soul. Your soul. Bless your soul, brother. Well, you call them old man shoes. No, it's not like those old man bunion type things. It's different. You don't seem to be talking. But then again, you thought the minimum wage was $7, and I don't know what's going on with you. I like you, but sometimes some of the things you say are just, you're bragging about your IQ. I said, IQs is meaningless. Might as well just tell me your dick size, i.e., it's also meaningless. You didn't get it. Duh, I don't share my dick size. That's not the point. You missed it. So you say a lot of things that you just got to pay more attention, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. Maybe every time you feel like typing something, like every 1 or 2 times, wait, like every 5th time or 6th time is when you should type for the first time. You know what I mean? I should have called this the insole screen. Yeah, Thule gets this. You can tell who understands. Thule gets it. Yeah. He's saying, regular sneaker style, not which one? Yeah, it's
okay. The non-slips do have a variety of styles. I usually go with the ones that look like regular sneakers. I guess I could try one of the other ones, but basically, if it's $50 or less, I get it for free. So I really don't want to have to pay for anything.
Right, because the non-sneaker non-slips are much more expensive. Will they at least discount? They'll take $50 off?
Yeah, they contribute up to $50.
So how much what's the next tier?
I'll have to look. Yeah, I don't even know.
But actually, it really doesn't matter because every 6 months they buy you a new pair for free. So even if it falls apart for 6 months, as long as it holds up, you're getting a free new pair. Well, how much do those cost? The Timberland boots? How much? And I don't think that's an option for you. Timberland boots? Is that
I don't believe so. I'll have to
and if it is,
everything they look like shoes or maybe.
Do any of your coworkers buy their own outside?
I don't think so.
Okay, Penny. Again, I don't know if Penny Pounder is just trolling or if he really wasn't paying attention. Penny Pounder, you sound worse than Rafterman. I hate to say it. You clearly weren't paying attention. We're not going to repeat it, but Thule can explain it to you. Thule gets it.
Yeah.
I buy dollars. We're not talking about you out and about in the street. I'm not repeating all that. I explained all this. We explained this. This isn't about everyday sneaker wear.
No.
We're talking about special job-related. Never mind. Like I said, I can't tell if he's trolling or if he really, because some of them really are that stupid. Like,
I know that.
I Rafterman, you're a nice guy, but some of the stuff you guys say, it's like, come on, man, are you paying attention? Are you listening? I said, I am an insole. I admit it. I am in soul. I got soul. I got soul. Yes,
Oh, right then. There we go.
From here to Waynesboro, it's 3.5 hours there and back. So it's 7 hours, 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. from Dallas to Abilene is only 2.5 hours there and back. So if my brother can travel 3.5 hours to see Dumb, then I think Penny can easily travel just 1 hour less, 2.5 hours to Abilene, or even better,
In the middle.
because we went all the way to Dumb. If you guys meet in the middle, 2.5 hours, that's what, an hour and 15 for each?
Yeah, I guess.
Right. So you don't have to travel. If you go an hour and 15 west and Horsehead comes an hour and 15 east, within an hour, less than an hour and a half,
Yes.
you guys can meet up. So why don't you meet up somewhere midway between Abilene and Dallas?
Post the video.
Okay, Rafter Man, you've redeemed yourself. Touche, touche.
Yeah.
No, hey. He's not a Chad. He's a Tyrone. He's such a Tyrone. Tyrone can wear dollar store sneakers and still pull it off. He's a Tyrone. Doesn't matter if Tyrone is a crackhead wearing dollar store. Tyrone pulls the bitches. Yes. I was saying the other day, Weatherford. There we go. The Weatherford Accords. Yes, these two, yes.
Yes.
We want to see Penny meet Horsehead in Weatherford.
Yeah.
Remember, there was talk of me and us meeting Dumb in a place literally called Midway, which was almost, I think, was it slightly closer to him or us. It was right about Midway. It was actually called Midway,
Yes.
middle of nowhere. But I said, in order for me to get through to Midway, we got to pass through Lehigh Valley. I could pick up what's his name, Meebanks, but Meebanks chickened out, and then Dumb went to Australia. Dumb was like, I would have done it. A couple days before I left, I said we couldn't get Meebanks. He totally flaked on us, piece of shit. He kept saying he'd do it, and then when it came down to it, I said, all right, Meebanks, we're ready to leave. We'll probably be in, Allentown about 45 minutes. We pick you up. Oh, he hung up on us. I was like, oh my god. You sound just like Meebanks. That was his excuse too. I can't. You're an insole. I'm like, okay, you know that. I'm scared. Don't be scared, Penny. Don't be the Kevin Meebanks of Texas.
Let go of your fear, Penny.
Yeah, we can go for like 15 minutes and call it. The beer's pretty good. I am OC. I have 0 cents. Bum. You've got to pay the troll toll to get into that boy's hole. Ice swallow come. The ice swallow cometh. Put your head. It's art class. Put your head down. Do what you feel. Get some Play-Doh. Christ. There he is. Hey. Like, this wasn't the plan, but somehow we made a bunch of references that, whatever you call those things that they're one thing, but they sound like they could be another when spoken. Whatever you call those, if someone knows the name, tell me. We didn't plan it this way, but it just became the theme of the episode here.
Yes.
That's what I said, man. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. You swallowed the ice right out of my mouth, man. You come right out. All right. First of all, I'm not taking requests right now. Just like when, what's his name? Was it Singing in the Rain? No. Totem wanted me to sing something. I'm like, fuck that. Then I ended up singing it anyway. What was that? Oh, that's right. BJ Thomas. Don't make me sing it again. Right now, I'm not.
No singing.
what was it called? Uh, Butch Cassidy and the Paul Newman, Redford. Like that's like the most uncowboy song for the most uncowboy movie I've ever fucking seen. I mean, people love that film, but it's like watch a real western, not that cheesy bullshit. I mean, it had moments, but on the whole, it was like I think okay. The reason people love that movie isn't because it was a great movie. It's because you had two fucking Chads in it. You know, two Chads in lead roles. Robert Redford and Paul Newman were Chads. You might say, you think they're good looking? Well, no, but women clearly did because they were black. So yeah, two dudes that women loved in a movie. That's why that fucking movie was so big, not because of the content itself or the direction or the storyline, all of which fucking sucked. Had those been two nobodies, that movie would have sucked royally. Have you ever seen it? But it's like it's.
I've never seen the whole thing. Just
Thank you. I was waiting for Penny or even Rafterman to say, I don't think Paul Newman was good looking. I remember his face from the pasta jars or whatever. I'm like, not the point. Clearly he was a Chad, or else he wouldn't have had that fucking Hollywood career he did and fucked all those women he did. So it doesn't matter what we think. Women clearly saw him as a Chad in his prime. Ditto for Redford. Right. In fact, I think Redford might have been threatened more by Paul Newman than the other way around. Yeah. I remember there's one episode of The Simpsons. It was kind of funny where, you remember that episode? There was an episode where Marge and Homer were in the kitchen and they were starting to make out. And Marge wasn't really turned on by Homer, so she looked at the brawny towel man, and she starts getting, aroused. Homer realizes what's going on. He realizes his wife is checking out the brawny towel man, so he goes, "Well, I can cheat on you too with a food store item." So he looks and he sees Mama Celeste Pizza, and Mama Celeste comes to life and says, "Don't you touch me, you bald ugly freak!" So he turns and he sees Paul Newman. Remember Paul Newman food? He sees Paul Newman. And Paul Newman, who actually in real life voiced it, goes, Homer, I'll tell you exactly what I told Redford. It ain't going to happen. Yeah, so it's like, there we have it. The one token bitch agrees, yes. Because I was afraid someone was going to say, Newman's not a Chad. I think he's maybe a high tier normie. I don't want to hear it. I don't care what you, a man, think about Newman. I don't think Newman was anything special. I look at him, I think he's just some dude. But I'm basing on how he was treated, the career he had, the women he bedded, how he was able to make it in Hollywood. Clearly, women collectively found him attractive, which is what makes him a Chad, not your personal. So if Numbnuts, what's his name? What the hell's his name? In Australia, Matt, a DBF wants to come and say, I like Bussy and I wouldn't get with Newman. I don't care. You're not a fucking woman. You don't determine who is a Chad, okay? That's not how it works in life. But yes, okay. So at least we have I think we have a whole argument over whether Newman was a Chad or not.
yes.
Why are we talking about Butch fucking Cassidy? Oh, because Totem's got a fucking crush on the. I think Totem prefers Redford. Christ.
Okay,
Well, Penny, you got to show yourself. Maybe you're right. But actually, I thought you're not a Chad. We discussed this. You're a Tyrone. You tell me you're black. Blacks can't be Chad. A really good looking black dude is called a Tyrone. You're saying you're a Tyrone? Yeah, Cassandra doesn't do black chicks. Or black, well, Freudian slip. I wish, I was about to say, I wish Cassandra was a black chick. Well, actually, Cassandra does black chicks. I don't think she's ever been with a black man because Cassandra goes both ways. Okay, Cassandra doesn't like me asking sex questions. How many black people have you been with? How many male? How many female? Again, Cassandra, how many black folks have you been with sexually? How many male? How many female? But I don't think she does black dudes. Plus, she remembers those Rodney. Well, she probably doesn't remember the Rodney King riots. I don't know. She heard stories about South Central and Watts. Dude, no, I don't know. Who am I avoiding meeting? Who did I went to go see Dumb. I went all the way to him, 3.5 hours. I hooked up with him. There, I got pictures. You can see us on the not really in bed, but on the floor where he slept together. Yes, the floor. It wasn't even a bed. It was just the floor of the company. Point is, I met him. Why won't you go meet? What's his name? Horsehead. Yeah. Oh. Was he like a Tyrone or is he one of those Urkel Negroes? Why do I get like the one black dude she got was like an Urkel? I get that vibe.
His name was Derek.
Well, does where does Ice Swallow live?
Who is that?
Who is he? I don't know him. Where does he live? I know James used to live in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. I met him there. Zalinger. I met him there. I know you're in Dallas. I know Horsehead's in Abilene. I don't even know who Ice Swallow is. I'm not sure who he is. I don't know where he's from. So you want me to meet a guy who I don't even know anything about him. If he wants to start sharing his stats and statuses and we'll get to know him, I don't know the dude. I honestly, I've never seen your face, Tyrone, but I know you better than him. I don't know anything about Ice Swallow. I know Penny. We've been talking to each other since before I even started streaming. You're one of like the common starlings that goes to everyone's fucking nest. I remember from when Dumb streamed. So I know where Dumb lives or used to live. Well, I know he's in Australia.
Yeah.
I know, I don't know anything about Ice Swallow. I know nothing about him. You're asking me to meet some. I don't even know I don't know who or what he is.
Where
Dude, well, stop. It's a chick, bitch. Nigras. First of all, you're in middle school. Some middle school kids are hi. Others, I had to start shaving when I was 13. That was still middle school, right? 7th, 8th grade. Point is, not just that. Nigras tend to mature a bit faster. There are middle school niggers who father children. Penny Pounder probably has some buddies who have. So no. If you had said he was your boyfriend when you were in like, third grade, you give each other little kisses or something, I'd say fine. But I don't know. You guys were in 7th or 8th grade, man. This is niggers especially. Child. No, man. Nigger kid, I think, you want that white pussy. He probably got it. Or at least felt it. Probably. Ice Swallow. How old are you? Where are you from? White, black, Hispanic, gay, straight, inkwell, Chad. Give us your stats. Age, race, location, etc. Yeah.
Are you a they, them?
Are you a they, them? Yes. You should know our stats. I don't really feel like repeating them, but Oh, she's quick to tell us.
Oh, look at that.
He was more Tyrone than Urkel. Okay, so he was more Tyrone than Urkel. How does Penny Pounder strike you? Maybe you would think he was a Tyrone. That's interesting. He must have been one of those. Was he like adopted? Was one of those like what do you call it? Kind of like Webster or different strokes. He was a skater kid. Well, I mean, you're different. You're about 10 years. You're like 12 years younger than me. When I was like a teenager, I was never a skater, but inline skates, rollerblading, let's go. All those stupid pants the kids would wear, those were all white kids. The black kids looked down on that. They thought it was stupid white shit. They wore baggy pants, but not the skater pants. The nigger kids looked down on that crazy white shit, crack of shit. When I was a teenager, hey man, let's play some roller hockey, man. What was the other one? Jinko jeans, man. Yeah. So yeah, I can't picture a black. Yeah, it's weird.
Did this black boyfriend have a white mother? Was he like half and half?
Oh, was he mulatto? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, if Ice Swallow's chicken dinner, if that's true, well, he's in Arizona.
He's asking.
Oh. And Penny, again, the broken clock. You're right. Even if you are an Urkel.
Same could be said for you, Penny.
As I said, Cassandra is a normie. By definition, there will be no abnormals, only normies in Cassandra's circle. Except for that, her weird uncle. She calls him Uncle Bad Touch, but still family. So and I remind her so much. Of him. That's why she's tolerant of me. Me and Uncle Bad Touch are the few weirdos. Otherwise, Well, yeah, so that's what I was getting at. She grew up in the OC.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, but at that time, like I remember the black kids were not skaters. They actually looked down on it. Fucking white boys skating, fucking crackers. They thought it was stupid as all hell. I thought it was stupid too. I'm not a sporty dude. But when I was a teenager, a lot of the white kids, not all, but a lot of white kids was trendy at the time. Remember those jeans were designed so that after school you can take your sneakers off and put your rollerblades on. It was skater culture, and then the fucking chains that go to that was they're different fads. Like I remember in the 70s there was the whole trucker fad, breaker one. Yeah, it was just So it's like different time periods, different fads. That was popular when I was a teenager. But the nigger kids looked down. They said a bunch of stupid white shit, just like they looked down on Dungeons and Dragons or Magic cards. Skating was seen as the same, just nerdy white shit. I see. So it was the best of both worlds, He was packing, both in his pants and in his side, but he knew how to speak properly. Okay, best of both worlds. Ask her. You can ask her. Now, Ice Swallow, you didn't answer my question. How old are you? Where are you from? What part of the country? You're American? Are you from which state? Are you from a different country? How old? Inkwell, Chad, Rodriguez, Tyrone, just some weirdo, some divorcee who's bitter at the world, just someone hanging out. You didn't give us your stats, man.
Yes.
You didn't give us your stats, man. And clearly, you hang around here. I don't know who this is,
Okay.
but he clearly hangs around here because he knows what Cassandra looks like.
Oh, that's interesting.
So clearly he's been here before. So
Okay.
give us your stats. And why would Penny want us to meet in Asbury Park? Are you from Jersey? I don't know. Where's this even coming from? I don't get it. Okay. Okay, so Ice Swallow Cum is in his 50s. It's still fine. I still that childish.
Yes.
He's in his 50s from Ohio. Okay, that's cool.
Are you divorced?
Yeah, can you tell us,
Do you have
seriously, are you,
kids?
wife, kids, never married, virgin, haven't had a girlfriend in 20
Do
years,
you have your own place? To
have
live
your
with
own place with your
parents?
parents, in a group home? Give us some stats. We give you our stats. And yeah, see, Cassandra, you should be flattered. Penny Pounder finds you attractive, and now that he knows you're into black guys, he's super excited. He's going out and buying he's got a brand new pair of roller skates. He wants to give you his key. He thinks that you should get together and try them out. You see, he's been shopping around a while. You got something for he. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. Another song for the list.
Yes, yes.
It's time to take the plunge. Okay, TFL stands for True Forced Loneliness. I'm assuming he's what they call a true cell. Were you, because you're in your 50s, were you married once and it's been years? You just never had a girlfriend? You live with your parents, you got a job, you just neat bucks. If you're a neat on Social Security, we got to talk more. I want to know how you did it. You diagnose. I got my diagnoses. I can give you the list again. Did you get on SSI or SSDI? We know who's in Ohio. Did you get an SSI or SSDI, or do you have to work, or did you come from a rich family? So, like, yeah, when I'm not asking for your address, I'm not asking for where you work specifically. I'm just asking general background. In your 50s, Ohio, you're a white guy, black guy, Hispanic guy, yeah, white, black, Hispanic, 50s, Ohio, true force loneliness. Do you neat? Do you work? Did you inherit a lot of money? I mean, what's
you
going on?
want some sort of disability?
Yeah, you have disability. Yeah, what's going on? Never married, no kids, not been late in years. Okay, white, black, Hispanic. You work, you neat.
And
So
what-
you
and
diagnosed with anything?
If you do work, is it crap job to crap job? Do you have a profession, whether it's finance or cooking or trucking or distribution? Or what is?
Cheers, one more beer.
You know, just be generic and vague, because you have access to internet here. You're streaming with us. You somehow eke out an existence, unless you are in an institution or living in your parents' basement or with one of your siblings.
Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key.
Wonderful.
You have to tell me all the details when I come back.
Yes. Okay, so that's actually a good skill to have. I mean, whether it's, I don't know if you do houses or apartment buildings or industry, but maybe you do it all. But so you have a job, you work, you bust your rear end, and at the end of the day, you don't have that American dream, wife, kids, white picket fence. You just work and work. You exist, but you don't live. You're just out there, but you do provide a life for yourself.
Do we have another Todd case on our hands where,
How possibly? I mean,
or even a James case? It can't get a wife or a girlfriend, no kids, living single, but otherwise doesn't have any problems,
Yeah.
job, work wise.
yeah.
Doesn't have any. Like, I got tons of social problems. I just once again I got some money from a fucking lawsuit against a fucking auto parts company where the fucking tall fag threatens me, and the boss man starts blaming me for it. He says, "Fuck it." Got a police report. The police couldn't be any less interested. I said, "I don't give a shit. I need a third party report." And after calling a dozen lawyers, lawyer 13 finally agreed to take the case. And after months and months and months, I got what did I get? 13 grand, which is better than nothing, I guess. In other words, my problems are bigger than that. I envy the dudes who, I can't get a girlfriend. All my friends have wives and kids, I don't. But we're like DBF in Australia. But everything else is great. I have my own place. I got a steady career. People love me when I go to work. I got friends when I go to the skate park. So I look at people like that, and I always say, failed normies want to be normies. Spurg weirdo fuck ups just want to be failed normies. I wish I could be a failed normie. I admire you guys. I wish I could be a failed normie. You guys look up at the normies wishing you could be a normie. I don't blame you. I'm below you. I wish I could just to be a failed normie like you would be an achievement. I got bigger problems in life. But yeah. Yeah, all these people give vague computer jobs, and that's another thing. Like another thing with I'm not knocking anyone, but I look at Doggo Food Frodo in Los Angeles, and also Endymion in Los Angeles. Not only do they have good jobs, they don't have to even go into an office. They don't have to work with people. They can just work mostly from home. So it's like they're making good money, and they don't have to leave the place. So it's almost like they're working, but they're quasi needing. They don't have to leave their place. I admire that. I struggle to hold a shit job, and people still want to fucking kill me. Oh, I thought you're an HVAC worker. I thought you said. I just thought you said you did something over the internet, modulate over the internet. Unless you're talking about that, I thought modulate was some like computer term for what do you call it? Remote access administration. You're an HVAC guy, okay? Dubsboro. You said I read that as Dubsboro, which I like better. From now on, Chris Dubs or King Dubs is going to be called Dubsboro. Dubsboro. I like that. That's the kind of job I can never get out of. I'm still in those shit jobs. No, I don't wish I was horse. Horse, that's what I'm saying. It's like tears. I'm a spurg loser weirdo with major problems. Guys like Dumb and DBF, they're the next tier up. They're failed normies. They can't get women, so they're depressed, but otherwise, they're fairly normal. Their lives are otherwise normal. They're failed normies. They want to be the horseheads, who's on top of it. So horsehead's a normie. Guys like Dumb and DBF are failed normies. Next level down. Me, I'm a total spurg weirdo fuck up. I want to be a Dumb or a DBF. Dumb and DBF want to be a horse. And Dumb is kind of late in life, quasi living out that fantasy. Guys like Dumb and DBF look up to horse. They don't realize how much worse it could be. I'm below them. Jeez, like tears, yeah. Anyway, what's his name? I think it was Thule called Chris Dubsbro. Okay. Dubsbro, like brother. Okay. I read it as Dubsboro. I like that. From now on, he'll be Dubsboro. Okay.
Dubsboro.
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. And this is why I say, like, I do like horse, and we can talk more about this sometime. We got a lot of people saying things. Human beings get used to any circumstance, and default emotional state for a lot of people is wishing they had something they don't. It's why you have millionaire celebrities constantly crashing out because they actually happy people deep down. Okay, no offense, but you wouldn't. I don't think you can picture my shoes. You wouldn't want to live in them. You probably slit your wrists. And no, I can. I'm not even trying to be dramatic. That sounds like something a normie would say. Oh, well, you think the grass is always greener? Yeah. If my biggest problem in life is I can't get a girlfriend, but everything else is normal. I don't have to worry about getting kicked out of the house. Don't have to worry about someone trying to murder me on the job. Don't have to worry about can't even work a shit job because they're trying to fire me or force me out or get me arrested. If I didn't have those problems, or if I hit the lottery for millions, yeah, my life would still be miserable, but I'd be a lot more happy miserable. So no, I don't believe that at all. It's like the saying, money can't buy happiness. That might be true to a point. If you're a millionaire and you become a billionaire, you might be happy at your success, but really, you're not. I'm trying to say, like, the life you had before and the life you live now, as from a millionaire to a billionaire, it's not like you ever knew true poverty. If you're fucking unemployed on the street and all of a sudden you're given a home, I think you'd be happy. So no, it's all a matter of degree. And yes, there is such a thing as too far down, which is again normies like Horse and failed normies a step below him, like Jimmy and James and Dumb and Matt DBF. They don't get it's yeah. My brother can and I guess there's probably a fourth layer. 1, 2, normies, failed normies, Spurg adjacents, and then true Spurgs. There really is a hierarchy, and if you fall too low, believe me, you'd say, "Man, I used to be a normie. Now, fuck, shit, I'm a fucking Spurg weirdo. I'd give anything just to be like a Dumb or a DBF at this point. That's better than this. Trust me."
Yes.
Not really. I got credit card bills to pay off because it's like that $13K that I got in one lump sum. I guess I would have simply made working for the past 6 months or something. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Well, like I've always said, people look up. I'm the manager of this department. I'm making 6 figures, but the CEO, he gets to have his own parking space. They're not looking down at the janitor scrubbing the shit below them. Okay. And if you finally fell to like janitor territory where, oh shit, not only the janitor, I'm not making enough to rent a place. I actually have to hide and sleep in a closet and shower here. And it's like, once you get in that position, you'd say, you know what? I don't care about the CEO's parking space. I was pretty fucking happy with my own office. Things like that. There is such a thing as too low down the totem pole. Totem pole, Christ. It all goes back to, it all goes back to raindrops keep falling on my head.
Christ.
It goes back to, Paul Newman, Chad. Now this is interesting. Well, that's that. I was saying I don't know what he's getting at, right, bro? Oh yeah, Brosy's upset. I've been eating too long. I've been eating off of him, which I can't do. But him aside, I'm going to give him some of this money. Some of this money. I'm going to pay the rent this month. Hopefully next month if it lasts. But I've spent more of my life. I was saying temporarily needing like unemployment 3 times. The time I tore my meniscus a year and a half ago, I was on temporary disability insurance. Years ago when I tore my meniscus, I was on workman's comp. And now this well, the thing for my finger, which is only a couple grand from the department store, and now this. So it's like I've made more money from like, what's the word I'm looking for? Institutional funds than not out of laziness. I'm not one of these people who gets into accidents on purpose. Every job I try to have, they try to fucking ruin me. These are just shit, bullshit, fuck jobs. No, not from scamming. That's what I'm getting at. I was legitimately wronged here, man. I busted that finger. I tore that meniscus. I had a fucking behemoth threaten to break my jaw in front of the boss who punished me. Thank God for the police report. They didn't want to take down the report, but I need that third-party source proves it. Otherwise, it'd be my reverse. Because when the nigger bitch tried to run me over, when that dude strangled me in the liquor store, even when that manager shoved me or that kid shoved, or the manager poked me, I'm like, what do I do? I just like call, get a report, have something, and threaten to sue. Because no, this isn't scamming. My life really is this shit. That's what I'm saying. If I could be a failed normie like Matt in Australia or James, formerly in Waynesboro, they didn't realize how much worse it could be.
No, they don't.
And even you don't have it as bad. You probably have it worse than them, but not as bad as me.
Correct.
You realize, but you see what I go through. So
Yeah.
This is no fucking joke. I'm glad we got that. This is true. I should clip that part. That's absolutely true. Idiots. But of course, what's his name? I'm not trying to knock Ice, but Ice is like DBF or even Dumb. He's in that failed normie. He has no idea. There's below him are the Spurg adjacents. Maybe he's a quasi idea.
Mm.
Below them are people like me, and it's like DBF. You can't be a Spurg. Spurg doesn't exist, but I think I'm a Spurg too. Like he's too far up the totem pole to realize how worse it is. So I always tell people, step back, try to understand and comprehend. Empathy doesn't mean sympathy. It doesn't mean feeling sorry for people. It means trying to understand how others experience things. Empathy is simply putting yourself in someone else's shoes, for better or for worse. And a lot of people lack this ability. Yes, well, that's after 43 years. That's what it's come to. My natural behavior around people provokes them into harming me, and you can then milk them. Well, okay. No, not a professional con artist. First, I got a whole separate problem we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
a whole separate problem. But I like what you're saying here for the first half. It probably is my natural behavior, but it's not intentional. I wanted to, like I've always said, if I could have been a normie, I would have been a normie. If I could have been a normie, I would have been. I don't want to be this. There might be some people who are lazy. Might be some people who could have a wife and kids and girlfriend and a great job, but I just want to sit around and smoke pot. But you hear that used too much as an excuse, like these senators, like, oh, we got to take away Medicaid from these 30-year-old bums who just want to sit around and play video games all day. That might apply to a few, but most are working. Most are actually working. Working poor couldn't get access to anything. Have that, so it's like it's almost an excuse. No. Also, for someone from Ohio, you say you're from Ohio. Why are you spelling behavior with a U? You're from Australia, aren't you, numbnuts?
Yeah,
You're from Australia, aren't you? You're from New South Wales, aren't you, numbnuts? You know, you got to be more clever. You know, if you're going to say you're from Ohio, if you're going to pretend to be an American, at least, you know, spell like one. Okay. I swallow cum is not from Ohio. Because if he was from Ohio, he would not be spelling behavior with a U. No, he's from the British realm, and I'm guessing Australia. I'm guessing Manly, New South Wales. Yeah. Oh, Christ. Again with you. What is your? It's like I don't get. I
thought you were done with this channel.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm done with his. I haven't watched it. Yeah, he banned me 3 times. I'm with him. So what are you doing here?
Yes.
Still, even in his role playing, he still presents himself as what he is, a failed normie who doesn't get it.
Yes.
Good job. DBF, I stand by everything I've ever said about you, not to insult you. I'm just being honest. I'm being brutally honest. And even when you role play, you come out playing the same failed normie who doesn't get it. Good job, behavior. Christ. Behavior with a U, I fucking moron. I have no idea. No idea. Okay, and who is he? And then he answer the question. If you're from Ohio, why did you spell behavior with a U in it? Where are you really from? Yeah, you ain't from Ohio. That's obvious. That's obvious. Is it Dev Pike? It's clearly someone from the British realm.
Yeah,
it's from the the Commonwealth, a Commonwealth country. Clearly not an American. That's a very obvious tell. That's not like, do we spell axe with an E or not? This is no American spells behavior with a U.
No.
I can understand the axe thing, but there's some words, okay, but technically American is AX. AXE is British, but I admit Americans will sometimes screw that up, but no one spells behavior with a U in the USA. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Especially if they do HVAC in Ohio,
HVAC. Again, even when he trolls, he still comes out to be, I'm a working class failed normie, can't get a girlfriend, but otherwise everything's fine. Spurgeon doesn't exist. Yes, DBF is a celebrity. You should go look up his channel. You should subscribe. Beg all your friends to subscribe. He's this great dude. Man, he's one of my heroes, my icons. He's my god. Forget about, Todd Thundercock or Grotesque Subhuman. My hero is destroyed by Foids. Oh, hell. No. That's not. And you're about to. That's not how it works. No, you really are a foreigner. Went to a good school. We teach real English. Now, all American schools use Webster, Merriam-Webster. No one uses Oxford. That's British realm. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say.
And if you went to a good school, how come you're doing HVAC?
That's right. If you went to a good school, why are you doing HVAC and not finance? Like I was going to say, for those who don't know, the United States, Liberia, which was founded by black slaves, and the Philippines. United States, Liberia, the Philippines, all use Merriam-Webster. So if you're going to role play as an American, a Liberian, or even a Filipino, you got to learn American spellings. In fact, that was one of the problems. They were saying a lot of Australians visit the Philippines because of proximity. And some of these Australians would go on Wikipedia and they would start editing articles like, I went to Manila, I visited the harbor, and they'd spell it with a U. And the Filipinos would have to come on and say, no, this is a Filipino article. We don't spell it with a U. It's like, okay, so yeah. It's interesting talking about language, yes. So if you're going to pretend to be an American or a Liberian or a Filipino, throw away Oxford. I don't care how great the school you went to was. Jesus Christ. Why am I dealing with this shit? Okay. Because I remember thinking to myself, even before I knew who he was, I'm like, his story is a lot like, he's just another failed normie. Yeah. Everything else is fine. He has a great job, able to afford his own house. Okay, he's an HVAC. Okay. Kind of working class, but good work. That's like good working class money. That's not like, I clean shitters for minimum wage. That's like decent money, like just like welding. So I'm like, he's not even good at trolling. I don't know why he's here, what he's doing. What you laughing at? It's like we just waste a bunch of time on that
Yes, yes.
because we do know it was pointed out to me. This is true. I don't know who. I honestly don't know who's who, but it was pointed out to me in a screenshot. I don't want to say who told me this. Dev Kike, not Dev Pike, but his impersonator, his imposter Dev Kike was indeed DBF because DBF actually used his actual DBF YouTube channel and actually changed the name. And a screenshot was sent to me. I said, okay, so we do know he lurks. Why? I don't know. I think he still can't handle the truth. You know, it's like, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth, man. I speak truth, and it still bugs you that I'm right. You don't want me to be right, but I am. I'm not trying to outsmart anyone. I'm just naturally. I can be arrogant because I'm correct. Why are we talking to we wasted a good 20 minutes with Destroyed by fucking Foids.
Yeah, I know.
That was nice. We'll do it again probably the next stream when he comes in with someone else. What? Anything else you want to talk about? Have we accomplished for now? It's a shame James isn't here. I would love for James to meet Ice Wallow. Come. Everybody lurks sometimes. Yeah, Grandma, we'll probably go to bed in the next 10, 15 minutes.
Yes.
I want to get new print cartridges for the printer. That's right. Because I bought those ones that you fill up. They're like 8 years old now, and they're starting to fuck up. You know, what do you call it? Those little, at the top of the cartridge. Oh, shit. These used to be great, right? You'd pull this off, put the ink in here, put it back on. This stays open as a breathe hole. And this worked great for the longest time. These chips are starting to fall off, and even if they're still on, they don't work. There used to be like a resetter thing, but it doesn't work anymore, so it's a shame. But a couple work. Like the magenta still works, but like the yellow one doesn't work, and the black one's not working. It's like, I don't want to buy ink cartridges. So yeah, I gotta really buy some ink cartridges. I'm glad we do this stream. It's not even for the Starlings. It's to remember. It's to remember the little things. The little things. Okay. Now I timed out Ice Swallow Cum. So now we've got Dev Pike, but this isn't the real Dev Pike. Where is the? Speaking of our fellow Englishman, where is the real Dev Pike?
Yeah, I know. Didn't you have to do something? I could talk to the boss.
That was today. By the time we came on, it was already like, what time were we on before? 6 something. It was like 11 o'clock at night in England.
Oh, okay.
He might have an upcoming thing
so
with the boss.
He's probably in bed. He has to get up early tomorrow. I
don't know. So we've got Destroyed by Foids, Destroyed by Foids, and Destroyed by Foids. I've got 13 people. At least a third of them are destroyed by Foids. So when Dumb says to me, "Oh, you got a lot of viewers. I used to get a lot of Starlings. Now I only get like 3 or 4 people." Well, you got to realize more than half of mine are probably destroyed by Foids with alternate accounts. But it's actually good. I'm glad he trolled because what I say isn't to be mean-spirited. I'm just being honest. And this dude, at first I'm like, okay, I Swallow Cum is from Ohio. Sounds a lot like DBF, just in terms of life experience. And I stand by everything I said. You got the normies like Horsehead. You got the failed normies, the step down like James and Matt. And you've got Spurg adjacents like you and Rafterman, maybe even Thule. And then you've got, this isn't a comp like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm the worst. It sucks. It fucking sucks. Now, you didn't miss much anything. We stream. James himself streamed. The Dumb stream. I didn't check out. We tried streaming. We tried grilling, and it began raining out of nowhere. You usually get more warning. You usually get the thunderclouds. Yes. This was like a sudden shower. But no, I didn't know. Did James stream? All right, buddy, I go to bed. Yeah, Thule, is he talking about our barbecue stream or did James himself stream? Because actually, brother, you should say something. we wanted to ask James a few questions.
Yeah,
Next
but
time,
no,
you don't have to ask all this.
yeah.
You just mention this one part here, right here, because you have to ask. The questions are for dumb, but the thing you were saying about
because James
his predicament.
Yeah, James can't currently work in Australia, so he's stuck at Donna's house with a bunch of different tasks, fixing this, fixing that. So I guess he gets bored and he looks for entertainment, so he comes to the streams. But I just want to talk to him about Australian television and what it's like.
Right, because the TV there probably sucks. So
Yeah.
while Donna's like, well, I've got to get away today. I need you to fix this pipe, spackle that, whatever. I might be using the wrong terms. I'm like I said, I would never pretend to be from New South Wales, but so if I use the wrong term, forgive me. But spackle that, put some new electrical wire here, like a what do they call a spark? Retile this, clean those gutters, whatever. Okay, and James is like, yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear. Oh, the TV sucks. The radio sucks. I better watch the stream. What's OC up to? Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I'm so sorry I missed it. Not. I'm happy for James, but I miss, the old days where it's like he would stream for hours on end. He was like your companion. I like being a starling in this chat. I used to love when no one really wanted to watch him fix a door. We wanted to watch him play, like get Tyrone out of jail. It's like I miss or drive a truck up. I miss the drinking. I miss the man. My life sucks. I want to play some video games. I miss that James. What was the stream about? Today I'm cleaning. Today I'm cleaning Donna's shitter. Today I gotta clean her septic tank.
What was he doing?
Well, two reasons. Part of it's to pass the time because he can't work.
Yeah.
Effectively, that's why he's there. I think he's there to be her houseboy, kind of.
Yes.
I don't mean in a derogatory sense, but I think she's at an age where she doesn't want Chad. She wants someone who can fix shit around the house.
Exactly.
And Dom is actually a kind of the perfect person. I think he's a good handyman. He can't work because he's a foreigner, so he's like the perfect, a perfect kept man.
Yes.
Destroyed by Foids. Maybe he could weld a thing here or there, but he'd want to sit around and bitch about his life, or then he'd leave her to go to work. I can see why. I go skateboarding. Go find Bussy.
Yeah.
She'd constantly be taking AIDS tests. So I mean, it's kind of obvious. If I were Donda, I'd pick dumb too. I mean, can you imagine if DBF was your husband and you knew about his proclivities? You'd be like, oh shit, am I HIV positive? That's what I'd be worried about if I were a woman married to him.
Yes.
So yes, if you're a failed normie, I don't know much because I'm so down below. But if you're a failed normie, don't go the Bussy route because no woman will want to touch you after that because they'll be afraid. Yes. They'll be terrified of getting HIV. That's reality. Okay, well, what were they talking about? Well, I don't feel like watching it. Give me a synopsis. Give me a compendium. Was there anything of value?
Hey, what was going on?
Okay, that's nothing new.
Yeah,
We've experienced this many times.
Yes.
But that's actually good for James because he seems to like being, mommy's little boy. So that all works. But was anything learned? Anything revealed? Like, I sold my house, or we're going back to visit America on these days, or oh, it turns out the house fell through, or the realtor is going to shaft me again. Was anything of value explained, or was it just here in Aussie we had brekkie? Was there anything of value, or just another fluff stream of bullshit? I talked to the truckie. I talked to the Sparky. Had some brekkie. We went to
Hungry Jack's.
Bunnings or whatever it's called. With the Bunnings, we went to Hungry Jack's before going to Bunnings to buy some,
Yes.
to buy a new spanner.
Yes.
One more, you get tired. You gotta go to bed soon. It is 11 something. It's getting better. We're not going to stream till tomorrow's going to be.
That's good.
Whatever we can't finish, I'll take.
Nice.
You got a red cup.
Yes, I did.
I'll give you a little bit of this. Whatever we can't finish, I'll drink. All right. Well, I understand what Penny is saying here. You grilled him about being a LARP. What is he LARPing as? Live action role play when someone's pretending to be something they're not.
Okay,
What is he LARPing as? I met the guy. He really is what you see. He really is happy as a pig in shit to be with his Donda. I'm not actually knocking him. Everything about him seems sincere. What is he LARPing as?
Yes.
When I went to meet him, he was very much like there was no. He was very genuine. I'll put it that way. Very genuine. Yeah, very much like he was on stream. He even had a fucking freak out, or not a freak out, a meltdown. What do they called it?
Panic attack.
Panic attack. He had a panic attack in real life. We saw it. His house is what he said it was. His experience in way, everything was real. Yeah. I didn't see any LARPing whatsoever. So what is he LARPing? That I don't get. What is he LARPing as? That's a serious question. Yeah. One thing I will say about it, he was very sincere. Yeah. Everything about him was what you see on camera. He was very true to life.
Yes.
It wasn't like he was like, "Shut the fuck up, you assholes! I'm gonna stream right now." Oh, I'm dumb. No, he was what he off camera exactly as he was like on camera.
Yes.
Those panic attacks he's had on camera, they're real. He had one in front of us before. He's dumb was 100%
authentic,
genuine. Yeah.
Yes.
That I will say that absolutely. We'll go to 1:30, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to 10 minutes or so, and he'll go to bed. We'll call it.
Yes.
This is getting stupid. I got to pay credit card bills, scan some shit, clean a bathroom. Yes. Eventually, we got to figure out where do we want to live next. You might have to take a day off, and we just have to figure out what we're going to do. Even though we need the money, and I'm kind of living off him. You know, because it's like I would, if you were working 6 days a week, but at least you were making a couple $1,000s, I'd say, well, it's worth it. But you're working 6 days a week and making what you could make 5 days. If you worked a few more hours but only worked 5, at least you have 2 days to rest up. It's like you're burning yourself out, but you're not. It's not even like worth it. And I've been there. These jobs, yeah,
not even subsisting.
Right. Why did everyone get so quiet? No one can answer my damn question about
They're ass hats.
They are ass hats. Unless we went dead, that happens sometimes. I don't know. I think we're still alive. Why did everyone get so quiet? No one can answer my damn question. Yeah, we're still alive, I think. Yeah. Oh, so he's getting is. I'm not. How do I put this? I'm not going to make any suppositions because I wasn't there. I didn't see the stream. I'm going to try to summarize what you're saying. You, Penny, you're claiming that Dumb is talking down to people, acting like, if I can do it, anybody can. Is that what I'm not saying that's real. You might be right. You might be wrong. I'm not confirming or denying because I haven't seen it. But according to you, he's acting all high and mighty like, see, if I can do it, anyone can. Stop being a lazy bum. Stop living in your mother's basement and stealing Medicaid. Okay, go out there like I did and get your dot. Is he getting that kind of air about him? Is that what you're saying? I'm not saying that's true, but is that what Penny's claiming? I'll check out the video later. No, I see you. Look, dude. I don't know what to say. I know who you are. You want my attention for some reason. Yeah, hi, I see you. Nice to see you, Matthew. You didn't answer. I was actually waiting for once. I want Penny Pounder to answer. We're getting off in 5 minutes. I'm curious what your take. What your I asked for a synopsis, and I would never just take one person's word, but I like hearing what people think or what they claim. Are you claiming that Dumb is acting with high and mighty? Like if I can do it, anyone can. Is he going in that direction? But no, here, does this prove I don't have you in ignore? I timed out your other persona.
Yeah.
You've had at least three personas. I timed out, what was his name? Ice. I timed out Ice. I was getting silly. Well, like what? Elaborate. Like what other things? Being off soon. So okay, so the study with the drugs they're going to pay me for. What the hell? I'll pop some pills. I want to think about doing it. I've never done it before, but I got to do other things in the meantime. But are you afraid I'm using an excuse not to get a job? Well, I can't get a job while I'm doing the test. Well, is that what you're afraid of? Well, be honest. Why don't you speak truthfully?
No, but I mean, okay, you're gonna do that. You're gonna get stuff done around here because you haven't been doing anything.
Well, maybe the drugs.
I can't work. I gotta do this test. I gotta focus everything on this test.
Maybe,
but of course, I'll go stream with the Starlings for 5 hours.
See that? It's your fault. No, maybe the drugs will actually work. I'll get the real ones. I'll be like, wow, I feel like $1 trillion.
Of course,
I'll get everything done. You'll be like, holy shit, you need.
Yeah, whatever.
Something wrong, buddy. Why don't you tell me?
You're not cheating much.
No. Story of my life.
Yes.
I was prohibited from achieving.
Of course. Do.
That's not like 13 people.
Yeah, I know.
At least 5 of them were DBF.
Yeah.
A couple of them just went away, walked away from the computer. I only wanted to stream this.
A couple of them, making dinner, or they're just on in the background for some reason.
That's like you said, like that last stream was kind of ruined because of the rain, so I don't want to leave it on that note.
Yes.
Is it time to take a streaming break for a bit? Get things done. Next time I say let's stream, you say bathroom. Next time I say let's stream, you say clean kitchen. Let's stream, you say you get a job.
Then again, the only thing is when we grill, it's a great time.
Well, okay, that's different. That's one thing because we're grilling. Can't do anything else. That's on the phone, so it's okay. We got the phone going, and it's almost like a documentation for us. That's maybe we can look back in here and say, I want to grill. Oh, that's right. We did those sausages that one time where we did something different. We used that. So it's almost like a little time capsule. You know what I mean? Like it's like a photo album.
Yeah.
So okay, all right. So other than grilling,
I guess streaming proper.
Yes. We've had them before. Well, not really slap fights. More like I'll try to put my finger on it. He'll do it with me, and we'll push each other away. Two more minutes, and we'll say goodnight. It's going to be bad on San for a half hour, but I don't know.
You can do that, but yeah.
I gotta get shit done. I gotta get shit done. I gotta get the back. We got done stuff around.
Yeah.
Okay, we're winding down.
I believe we
are winding down. Kind of a dull stream, quite frankly. I kind of wish I hadn't chased Horsehead away. I didn't mean it that way. It just Horsehead has this tendency to come on, and he's more than welcome. He'll come on. Tonight he said something kind of normie-ish. Fine, he's a normie. But then he'll go like, well, gotta go now, gotta go grill. Or he'll like he's one of these in and out types. So it's like, okay, hi, it's nice to see you, Horse. But once I start investing in him, and I don't, you're not obliged to be here. But you pull me in and then you walk away and you disappear for like half an hour. And I'm like, well, I don't want to get involved with that. That's if Horse is watching this or hears this later. That's why I was like, oh, Horse is here because he always does this. He'll come in, he'll start something like a topic, like he'll get it, he'll wind it up, just disappear. Next time I see, there he is. Yes, that's why. Okay, exactly. I didn't chase you away, but like always, you ran. That's why I was like, oh, Horse is here. It's not that I don't like you. I like having you here. It's just you wind me and others up in a good way. Okay, we're about to delve into something, and then it's like, where'd horse go? And like 45 minutes later, oh, I was here, but I had to change my kid's diaper and make lunch school or whatever. It's like,
Yes.
that's fine, I get it, but it's that's I'm like, hey, don't get me started just to disappear. You always do that. Aren't you all? They're all still here.
All right, I gave you guys an hour and a half. I gotta go to bed.
I'm going to bed. I'm not going to bed. I'm going to shut this off. While I'll put on. I'll come back and say goodbye.
60 seconds.
Yeah, I'll give him 60. It's okay. And I'm going to get at least another beer. Actually, I'll finish yours. I'll finish yours.
Yeah.
I myself, I kind of want to get off soon too. The reason I don't want to get off yet, I know my brother's like, "Are you gonna scream for it now?" The reason I don't want to get off yet is because I still got. I'll pour more beer later. I don't like pour a new. I don't want to walk away with this. I feel like this beer was poured here. I want to finish my beer. I have a beer with my meal. I'll tell my brothers I want to finish this beer and then I'll say goodnight. I'm sorry. I should have clarified. We were not yet done. We now are. Hey, buddy. What I want to do is I want to get off, but I want to finish my beer. So I'm going to finish my beer and kill this, and I'll probably just start upstairs. I'm good. I just want to finish my beer. You all right? Need help? All right. Brother Click says good night. Okay. Anyway, Horse said, now you are dismissed. Thank you. You came back for that one sentence. Good. Now you're dismissed. For a guy who works from home on computers, you sound, post-industrial, if anything. You don't have to be wound because, you got the computer chip to do it for you. No, Horse has been dismissed. He went away a sentence or two too early, which pissed me off. But now he came back and I said, okay, yeah, we were almost done. One more sentence, and then he's gone. Now, Jesus Christ, I'm about to get off. Hey, buddy, you still there? Peeping in the hallway? Come down real quick when you get a chance. Someone wants to say hi. Numbnuts is back. He's here. Brother Click just went to bed. He's got to go to work tomorrow. I was about to get off, but I want to finish my beer. Now, Dumb shows up. We were just talking about you. Your boy DBF was here with like 3 or 4 different personas, pretending he was from Ohio, then using a bunch of Australian terms and British spellings. Because I was hoping you were here. You could talk to him. I can't get rid of him. Like you, I wish I'd never met him. And Brother Click just went to bed. You couldn't have come on like 5 minutes earlier, you lazy sack of shit. Fine, who was it? Dude's from Ohio, in his 50s, failed normie, can't get a girlfriend, otherwise good, working collar, but a lot of money job, and he's spelling behavior with a U. I mean, come on. I highly doubt a spick from Arizona would spell behavior with a U. I just don't see that. I don't see. Whoever it was, I don't think it was penny pound or chicken dinner. No, he doesn't live rent free. He comes here all the time. You can't not see him. It'd be like me saying, if Cassandra said Penny Pounder lives rent free, no, Penny Pounder's here. I'm talking to him. Or if you said Endymion lives rent free, or Endymion says, why are you talking to James? You guys are here. That dude was here. Christ. every 5 fucking minutes. We've been on for an hour and a fucking half, and I'm about to get off. So don't give me that shit. In fact, if you want to talk to him, just put him in a timeout. He's pissing me off. Well, you might as well come real quick before you go to bed. 11:30. Might as well, because I was about to get off. I want to finish my beer, but now you have to have this beer. It's like you have to sit just another 2 minutes because I was about. You're still. If you were in bed, I wouldn't bother you. He was in the bathroom getting ready to go to bed. He's tired, but look, Numbnuts is back.
Oh wow! Look at this. Hey James, what's up? LOL, wonderful.
Anyway, one of the, before we get on discussing DBF living rent free, we know for a I can say I don't know I can't prove for those of people were Dev Kike, that persona was most certainly DBF. So yes, he still lurks. Can't get rid of him. He's not rent free. He won't go away. He's like that poison ivy weed I pulled out today. So anyway, where were we? So Dumb Penny tells us that you're getting. I don't know if this is true or not, but according to Penny, who can be right sometimes, he says you're getting high and mighty. You're boasting about how if you can get a girl and live the all-American dream in Australia, then anybody can. I'm just saying. Is there any truth to this? Oh, and my brother had a few. That's why I called him back. We had a couple questions for you. We'll ask him. You want to? Okay.
Now's not the time. Really.
If it's not the time, we'll ask him some other fucking time. Fine.
Is he even here? I don't see him. Hey James, what's going on?
I think he's one of the same shit. He always brushes. It was good. He brushes his teeth. He gets ready for bed. But he wasn't in bed yet. So I'm like, you want to come talk to James? Okay, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm going to kill it at not 2 hours, 11:30. So 8 minutes. If you want to stay or if you want to go, you can go.
I guess I'll sit around.
I don't know what to say anymore. I thought you wanted to ask. Well, forget it. Okay, so Penny Pounder is just a hater. Okay.
So James, what have you been doing around the house in Australia?
We want to ask about cause.
I do. I want to talk to James. I don't know where he is.
Do. Here in my car, I can lock all the doors. The safest of all in cars. Do. Yes, I agree. Can't get rid of him. I agree. We all agree. Okay,
Pops up when you don't want it.
Christ, yes. Okay, I agree. Think about leaving tonight in cars. Do. You know a song I like even better from the same time period by another Englishman? Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. See the broken glass. The windshield shattered. See the blood run down. Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. I think Warm Leatherette should have been a bigger hit than Cars, but okay. Well, maybe not, but it's same vein, same, like British new wave about a car. Yeah. Warm Leatherette. Warm Leatherette. Oh, if you want to go up. It's like James.
Yeah, no, we can always have this another time.
We need another time. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So it's just DIY all the time, huh? You get bored, you watch Australian TV, and if you do...
Yeah, what about Australia? Here's what my brother says. You can't work. Donna's got you around as a kept man doing all her house repairs because you can't have a job. So you get bored. Australian TV sucks. So all you really have is YouTube now. Is this accurate, is what my brother wants to know.
Yeah.
What is Australian TV like? Is it really as shitty as we think?
Does Donna have cable or just broadcast?
Oh, yeah. Do they call it cable or whatever the equivalent is? Or she have satellite? Yeah, well, yeah.
Do they blow out the middle finger? Or do they show some nudity?
Right. What is Australian TV like? Any nudity? Any American shows? Does Donna have cable or whatever it's called? And what's it called? Or satellite? Or she have a broadcast TV or the aerial or whatever, the terrestrial TV? Yes, we want to know about television. Television down under.
Yes.
We want to know. Okay, I guess that's an Australian TV show, I'm assuming. What's Muriel's Wedding? Is that a movie? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was a movie.
That's not what we asked.
That's an Australian movie. Takes
That's-
place in Porpoise
That's
Spit.
great.
Yeah, I've
No,
seen
but
it.
we didn't ask about movies.
No.
We were asking about television.
Yeah, what kind does Donna have? Satellite, cable, terrestrial, aerial, whatever? Like,
Now, what is Stan streaming? Is that, I know Prime is Amazon. I guess they have an Australian version. What is Stan? Is that like something only available down there? Like you know. So broadcast, Stan streaming, whatever the fuck that is.
yeah. What is Stan streaming?
Okay. Free to air TV. We would call that, Dumb and I would, and we Americans
Okay.
would call that broadcast. So you have broadcast TV, terrestrial TV. You have an antenna or an aerial on top of your house antenna. You get the signals from Sydney. So you've got, we're using the American terms.
Yes.
You got DBF. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Next time you're gonna pretend you're from Ohio. So you got an antenna on your house for broadcast TV, and you got a couple streaming services.
Now in the United Kingdom, they have to pay some sort of fee for broadcast television. Do you have to do that in Australia?
Yeah, in Australia, do you have to actually pay like some kind of yearly fee for the over-the-air television? Right, you have. Yes, I understand. You've got the antenna. I'm assuming it's pointed towards Sydney. I would imagine that's the major control city where the TVs are, where the channels are. Do you do you have to pay like the Australian government a fee, like a TV fee, like in England, or is it like America where I mean, it's not free. You have to watch commercials, but no one actually has to pay for broadcast. Okay, so it's like here. You don't have to pay for broad. In England, they got to pay for the BBC. Here, there's so like here, you don't pay for broadcast.
And how many channels do you get?
How many broadcast channels, and then how much Oh, and by the way, he is your Beach Boy. He really is. Just before we said goodbye, he started singing, "East Coast girls are hip. I really dig those. Wish they all could be Australian. Wish they all could be New South Walesan. I wish they all could be Australian girls. The Gold Coast has the sunshine, and the girls, they bleach their hair." Now, here's a Beach Boy. Here's your Beach Boy. He was singing all about, wish they all could be Aussie girls. We'll call it in 2 minutes unless you want to go up.
No.
Dumb isn't telling us much.
No.
I mean, we're getting more about TV from Donna. I was curious what Dumb's take on do they get any American shows or not really? Is he watching a bunch of weird shit? Is he saying, "My God, this"? Yeah. Okay, this question is for Duff. For a minute, I'm like, I was like, I should make a video just walk around the woods. Now it's summertime's in bloom. Okay, but it took me a minute. Okay, you're talking to Dumb. Penny Pounder wants to know why he can't just make a video of Dumb walking the trail and talk about nature. Why do you have to talk like everyone does nothing in life? But now you found your. But in a way, doesn't Penny Pounder talk to us like we've done nothing in life?
Yeah, he does,
so it sounds like Penny Pounder. You're complaining. You're saying Dumb. You're accusing Dumb of doing what you often do. It's like what you can't. You can dish it out, but you can't take. I mean, it's. Oh, and what is we know Amazon? What is Stan? I've never heard of that. Is that Australia only or Southern? I've never heard of Stan.
Yeah.
What is Stan? I've never heard of it. And that's another thing. Why is Dumb like? Why? What are some other streaming services you know? Like there's Sling.
Yeah.
What's the other one? The one I got. No, not Pluto. The one Fire Stick.
Oh yeah,
Roku. Yeah, I've never heard of Stan, and I don't think Dumb is either. That's I guess that kind of pisses me off. Instead of saying, "Oh, Donna has broadcast. She has Amazon Prime. She also has another streaming service they call Stan." Okay, he nonchalantly mentioned Stan as if we know what it is when he knows we don't. So he's being a bit of a dick there. I agree. He should say, "Oh, this is one streaming service called Stan. Never heard of it before, but she has it." I don't think I've ever heard of Stan. I don't think it exists here.
What is Stan? Look on Donna. I think she's.
I've never seen French TV, but man, vive la France. Okay. What do you want me to click on? Stan is that's why. Yeah, I think you're right. And Dumb should have clarified. Oh, she has Stan. Like, don't be an ass. Like, it's like don't be an asshole. She has something called Stan, which I know you've never heard of because I never heard of it either. Yeah, that's what you should have said. Not she has Stan. Like, go fuck yourself. Don't try to act like you're like a real Australian. I don't want to hear it. Just like in many ways, I'm going to say it. You and DBF are like two heads of the same serpent. Matt comes here, tries to pretend he's from Ohio, misspells behavior, and you're the opposite. You're trying to pretend you're a fucking Australian. I don't want to hear it, James. Please. You guys are too. You don't realize how easy it is to tell. Jesus Christ. Horse. If you want to punch down, I'll give you a 10-minute timeout because you're punching down now.
Also, my last question: in Australia, are most vehicles manual transmission, or do they have a fair amount of automatic transmissions?
Yeah, we're asking: is it James? Are most of is it mostly still manual? Are they more automatic now, or is it like a mix of both? What dominates the Australian automobile? Manual or automatic? Like, and also was the workmate the Toyota Highlight thing, was that stick or
Oh, yeah.
well, he's Australian.
Yeah.
You don't realize Ohio was in Australia, but
Yeah.
well, Brother Click's got to go to bed. If I throw up a link, he'll feel like he's missing out. Let me put up a link or no? I really don't.
You can do it. I'm going to bed.
I was going to get off soon. I fine. So, all right, I'm going to get off. I got to go to the bathroom. We're gonna sit there.
Right.
But Brother Click, I'll tell you what. I'm going to finish the beer. Still some beer. I'll tell them about my trial. The hypothetical. Is there anything else you want to? And I'm going to get off.
Well, you said most are automatic there, apparently. Okay, yeah. That. For now, that quells my questions.
He didn't really tell us about Australian TV.
No, that'll have to be another
He
stream.
didn't tell us what his thoughts were on it.
We want the American take. Of course,
Yeah.
That's all Donna's ever had.
Yeah, you can't ask. See, here's the thing. And this might sound ironic. I'm going to listen on this note. You actually cannot ask an Australian about Australian TV. That might sound like an oxymoron or whatever, counterintuitive. It's what we're really asking is, as an American, you know what we all know what Dumb and we know what American TV is. How would you compare foreign TV, in this case Australia? I don't want to ask an Australian their opinion of their own television. I'm asking how an American now who finds himself in Australia would compare Aussie TV to US TV. That's what we're asking. So we want the American who's living in Australia, his opinion.
Yes.
Don't want the Aussie's opinion. Don't want an American in America. I want the opinion of an American in Australia. That's what do you make of Australian television? Maybe wait 1 second. You should at least answer that. Yeah. He's not going to bed yet to answer his question. He's desperately waiting. Yeah. Other than the impending doom of the world, do you know who I'm imitating? Do either of you idiots like other than the impending doom of the world? He's waiting. That was that bitch in that. I'm sorry.
Okay, James, you have homework. Watch some more Australian TV and then let us know about it.
Yes. We need a TV rots your brain, but we need a full homework report on an American's observations of Australian television.
Yes.
I was about to say, I know he watched more than, the Australian version of Deal or No Deal. That's the only one he can remember because he knows there's an American equivalent. Yeah, okay, so he watched Letters and Numbers. Come on, James. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Another great one. I'm assuming it somehow involves Kylie Minogue and Paul Hogan. Okay. We really wanted Dumb's take. It's all right. We'll ask him another time. Do your homework, James, and you'll go from there.
We'll get back to you. You'll get back to us.
Name for my next stream. I'm a YouTube celebrity. I'm Occupational Click. Get me out of here.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Yes.
My brother's a YouTube celebrity. Get him out of here. All right,
All right, good night,
I'll
everybody.
finish the beer. I'm going to finish my beer and I'll get off. Okay. You're right. You need help?
No.
I know you're tired. Just sleep. If you're late tomorrow, who gives a fuck? All right. Christ. But no, I'm glad you came back, buddy, because James, you can go back to whatever the fuck it was you were doing. I just wanted, because you came on just after you went up, I said, let Brother Click and James say hi, since you two actually met in real life. You know, there are only 3 people in this chat, or 3 people in this street, 3 people here who have met James in real life. Donda, who he's, sleeping next to every night. Myself and my brother. We're the only 3 people present here. I don't want to hear about Todd or Molasses Cookies. They're not here. Well, maybe lurking. But the point is, so I wanted my brother to say hi because, we actually met you in the flesh, numbnuts. We've been talking, it was 3.5 hours to get to Waynesboro, which wasn't bad. It's only 2.5 hours from Dallas to Abilene, so we want Penny to go meet Horsehead or vice versa, or they can meet halfway. Because if I can come 3.5 hours to see you, they're closer by an hour. They should meet up somehow. We want to see Penny. And Horsehead's all for it. So, yeah. Well, I was hoping he would at least... I was hoping he would have heard that. I was giving a nice send-off, a nice goodbye. Now he can go do the light fixture. He could have waited a minute. He could have waited a minute. He could have waited a fucking minute. I see what Penny Pounder's getting at. James really knows how to trample on people's... Spurgs have feelings too. Okay? This isn't a joke. I'm a human being too. I may be a Spurg, but I'm still fucking human. Actually, it's funny. Brother Click he just called down to me. He's like, "You all right? What's happening?" I said, "My feelings are hurt." That's all I can say is my feelings are hurt. My feelings. Okay. So I'm winding down. I'm going to finish my beer. And then I got to do something more constructive. There are so many constructive things I can be doing, but I can't bring myself to do. For what? You want to talk? What do you want to link for? If I put up a link, I'm going to get you, and I'll probably get Dev Pike, who'll come on right as I want to get off, like he always fucking does. And I like talking to Dev Pike, but he always comes on at the inopportune times. Like Horse, in a way, Dev Pike and, like I said, James and Matt, Dumb and DBF, have a lot in common. Strangely, Horsehead and Dev Pike have a lot in common. They seem to come and go at the wrong times. It's amazing. It's amazing how a lot of these people, they don't get along, but they're so... That's why, like magnets, you put the 2 sides together, they blow apart. Like does not attract like. I see so many similarities that it's, that it's like, all right, so Donna wants to come on. How are we?
Did you change it to Donda? What is it? I can't even read it with my glasses because I'm a nana.
It's whatever.
Donda Pounder. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm always happy to have you, but we're kind of winding down. Brother Click went to bed.
You are.
James is fixing a light fixture, but we're okay. What would you like to discuss? Good to see you.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, how come you weren't in his stream before? He waited and waited for you, and
what? How long ago was this?
That's for you, Penny. He streamed. What was it? About an hour and a half ago. Oh, sorry.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Because I realized, I realized you really don't watch my stuff because like you didn't know anything about the diner and James's dessert. I had to play that for you. What you have to do is go back and watch the beginning of the stream when I'm done. It'll answer your questions. I had to go to a diner because, again, with my brother because all the questions are answered. So we were at a diner getting dinner because we couldn't grill because of the rain. That was all
Yeah,
answered.
I knew. I
Had you been paying attention, you would have known that. You
I
weren't paying
I
you were
woke up. I woke up this morning. James said OC streaming, but he just had to end the stream because he got rained out. And then he was thinking you were going to come back. So he waited and waited and waited, pining for you to come back. And you never returned. So he thought he'd stream and hopefully you'd turn up to his stream, but it didn't happen.
No, we were at a diner. I didn't realize he was streaming, and then we came home and streamed, and apparently the stream was already
Okay.
over. So he just happened to stream at the wrong time. I mean, because But had I not gotten rained out, I would have kept streaming. Would he have streamed, or he was just killing the time because I wasn't there?
No, he wanted to hang out with you.
Well, there you go. So in other words, his stream exists because mine was rained out. So in a way, you get a bonus James stream at the price of mine. So
He just wanted, yeah. Anyway, I'll let him know.
yeah, no, it wasn't
Anyway.
anything personal. Like my brother was
Okay.
saying, he's probably bored and Australian television probably sucks, so he's looking for something online and he wants to he wants to be the starling now. He wants to be the viewer. So
He does. He does like being the starling. He likes being the starling in your chat, for sure.
Now he knows how it feels. I used to love being like we used to love being starlings in his chat. Then he stopped streaming, and then hey, we got him. I got him to stream again. So in other words, I'm a hero. I remember you could tell him he used to stream like hours and hours, day after day, and then one day he stopped streaming as frequently, and we're like, "Where'd you go?" Well, I don't feel like streaming. Well, I mean, now he knows how it feels to when the nester turns their back on the starlings. It doesn't feel too good, does it? Feelings.
It does.
Feelings. James is
Feelings.
yes.
You both have very sensitive feelings.
Very. That's
But
what my brother said.
yes.
Well, even before we met, my brother said, "Man, you're sensitive, and James is sensitive. I got to be with two sensitive. It's going to be a disaster." And it almost was. It almost was.
Yeah, but it turned out well. So very well. So it was good.
Any
Now,
news?
do you think that James is being smug and saying that other men are not doing anything with their lives? I don't think he's saying that at all. Do you think Penny's right?
I asked Penny Pounder what his criticisms were. I even said I can't say either way because I haven't seen the stream. So I let Penny Pounder share his piece. I asked James what he thought. I didn't see the stream. I was at a diner eating a nice. Well, you can go back and watch if you want to know what I had at the diner. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream. But I was at the diner, so I missed all that. I missed? Yeah, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Penny's taken it the wrong way, and I think that and I don't want to speak for James, but anyway, he's not here. But I think that James is just saying for anyone who is feeling like they don't want to do things by themselves, still go out and if you can, if you're not depressed and chronically depressed in bed but if you're lonely and there's still a world out there, you can still try and have fun. Like he went to Key West by himself and I think he went to baseball games, and he knows it is better with someone else. But still, if you don't have anyone, don't just give up. I don't think he's being smug at all. I think he's trying to connect and still be kind to people. I think Penny Pounder's taken it the wrong way. Anyway, that's my opinion.
A few people were telling me, I won't name names, they wish that James would speak his own mind, and rather than I'm not saying this, but others feel like Donna is too much of a mouthpiece for him. Why can't James tell us himself? And I'm not trying to agree or disagree, but I maybe I can kind of see where the argument comes from. I think they feel like, why are you telling us what James feels? Why can't James tell us himself how he feels? But
that's what I said. This is just my opinion. Yeah, that's what I said. He's doing the light. I think he's had enough. Really, maybe I don't know. Yeah, this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking for James. I'm just thinking that's my opinion of what he's trying to do. He was just talking and walking and talking. He's not trying to say that he's better than other people because he doesn't think that.
You said he's walking and talking. I love James. I love him. But when I went to go see him in Waynesboro, we were walking and talking. I offered him a piece of bubble gum, and I had to pull him off the ground. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I would trust him with a light switch and a lamp fixture. I'm not sure if I'd want him to walk and talk and chew bubble gum at the same time because we tried that. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses, if you understand. So maybe James is stronger at some things and weaker at others, and maybe I'm just putting that out there.
I don't know, but you watch the stream and you think you see what you think.
You watch mine. He can watch mine tomorrow, and I'll watch his, and I'll tell you what I think. For real, I'll watch it. I didn't realize because I was trying to. I was hungry, and I couldn't grill, and I said I refused to use the oven. If it's grill or not. So we went to a diner and got a steak. But yes, that's why I missed it. Nothing personal. I was out doing things, but
No, that's all right.
I have a life. Well, not really, but
I forgive you, OC.
Oh, there you are.
I forgive you.
Away, man. Feelings, man.
I love you so much. Let's hug.
Bromance.
He comes in and out. He hears bits and pieces. He doesn't even know what I was saying.
He can hear you.
He didn't hear what I was asking you before about the private pics you were going to send me. He doesn't know about that, right?
Oh no, he doesn't know about that.
Okay, he didn't hear. Okay, good. But
Anyway,
I want to ask you.
No, I think that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
But I don't really care what Penny Powder thinks. He's an in troll. I mean, he's the only one saying it too. So, but if everybody thinks that, they can just not watch. I mean, there's plenty of people who dropped out. I mean,
I
10,000 people. I had like 10 people show up. So, if he's another one, then it is what it is. So.
Well, if James is busy, Donna, you can actually answer this for him. I have a question that a little off topic, but any word on the house, any word on possible visit to this country, USA, any updates on that, anything, any new developments?
Do you want to talk about the house, James?
You can watch the screen. I already talked about it.
He wants you to go back and watch his stream.
I will watch it. Like I just said, I will watch his stream, but I told you, I actually don't need Dumb's opinion. I'm asking your opinion, I'm asking you. I'm talking to you, Donna. He can go back to Light Fixture. I'll watch the stream. Okay. Anything you, Donda, would like to share about any updates with the house and whatnot?
Yeah. So with the house, the underwriter has actually said that we need to go to the American consulate in Sydney to get everything signed off. So we don't have to rush back to America to get it all settled. So that's good. So that's in less than 2 weeks. We've got an appointment there, or James has got an appointment there. So that'll push settlement back a little bit, but not too bad. But I think he's still got to leave the country. I think he still has to leave the country around September to restart the tourist visa again.
Well, I was going to ask, how long does he have to leave the country? Is there a set amount of time or is it just 24 hours?
I don't know that, actually. I don't know if it's 24 hours. I think I'll have to look into it. But if we're going to leave the country and go overseas, I think we should definitely do it for longer than 24 hours.
Well, no, I was going to say, if it's only 24 hours, he can just go over to New Zealand or something. You know what I mean? No need to spend thousands of dollars and come all the way back here if it's just for a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You plan to go with them, or is it just something I'll fly to Wellington, stay in a motel or hotel, come back the next day? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it depends how much time he has to vacate for.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking New Zealand, or there's also Fiji, which might be a nice little tropical holiday. So, yeah, but we'll keep you posted. But, yeah, I still want to come to America. I still want to see the house, but obviously I'm going to look at it from outside. I know you say don't worry about seeing it, but I don't know. I just always have wanted to see it.
You won't get to go in and sit, see the living room and a nice comfy chair in the corner and the attic with the trap door. It would be a waste.
I know.
There is nothing else. Trust me. There's nothing else in Zillinger. I mean, there's really no other. I'll never go there again. I mean, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I know. It was good that you went when you did.
But if you
and
do
at least
go,
keep it jokes around.
If you do go, if you're going to make the time to go there and look at the house, you got to go to that diner and see Michelle because she was asking for you,
Absolutely. And I'll drop her your Discord deets so she can
Well, it's not for my
Yeah.
sake. She's happily married. I'm just saying she was so excited. She's like, "Wow, your girlfriend's from Australia? That's on the other side of the planet. Wow, she's got to come here." She was all excited to meet an Australian. She's never met an Australian before, so you got to go meet
Yeah.
Michelle today. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll definitely go to the diner. And then I was looking at uh, YouTube videos about people who walk around New York to actually see what it was like. And yeah, it's not like the movies, is it?
Well, I
It
was on a side note. I should tell you, New York City. You can look it up. New York City is actually made up of what are called 5 boroughs. I'm not sure if you're familiar with these
yeah,
terms. Have you heard of places
yeah,
like Manhattan? Have you heard Manhattan?
yeah,
Have you heard of
yes,
Brooklyn? Brooklyn.
yes,
Have
yep.
you heard of Queens? Queens.
Queens, yep. The Nanny, yep.
Right. Have you heard of the Bronx? The Bronx. Rumble in the
Yes,
Bronx.
and I was watching one that did South Bronx, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, this is
And have you heard of Staten Island? Staten
yeah,
Island. Okay.
yep, the Staten
Those
Island Ferry."
right. Those are the 5. They're 5 distinct places, but the 5 together make up New York City as a whole. Most
Mm,
tourists go to Manhattan. That's like all the big tall buildings, Manhattan. So when people think
mm,
of New York in Central Park, they think of Manhattan. But there's more to New York
mm,
City than just Manhattan. I'm not saying you want to go to the South Bronx. I'm just trying to tell you, New York is much bigger than just the tall, nice buildings. I myself
yeah.
might be going to Staten Island to do this medical test. They want to
Ah,
pay me. They're going to hire a car because it's not too far from here, but the toll is like $18 US to go over the bridge. They want to hire a car, take some blood, pay me $250 for that, have me take some pills, which might do something, might be placebo, come in every 2 weeks for the next 6 to 8 weeks, and they want to pay me like $100 each time. So I'm thinking about doing it. I said, why not? I might as well try it. My brother's like,
yeah.
so I just wanted to mention that. So if you want, I'll definitely be uploading photos of Staten Island. I'll make a video if I do
Okay,
this.
cool.
But here's what I wanted to tell you. While Staten Island is in fact New York, it's New York City. Staten Island is part of New York City. It's not what foreigners think, or even people from far away think. You're like, where are the tall buildings? Where's the Empire State Building? Where's the
Mm,
Tower? That's Manhattan, which is like the
right.
main. But there's 4 other boroughs, so New York City is more. I just want to put that out there. It's more. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure Sydney's the same. You've got the Sydney Opera House, but I'm sure you can be like 15 miles away, still within the city limits, but in a totally different area. New York
yeah,
City is it's much bigger than just Manhattan. Just want to put that out there. So I'll show
yeah.
you.
Well, that's what I.
I will show you some videos of New York City, but it might not be the part of the city you expect. But okay.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, please do. Because yeah, that's what I thought was weird. Because when I was watching the video and it was of the South Bronx, I was like, why isn't there all the tall buildings? I'm expecting high rises, and James said, no, it's not like that. That's more in the heart of the
Yeah.
city.
No, like,
Yeah,
people will often say the city to refer to Manhattan, but the South Bronx is also part of the city. Is
yeah.
sometimes a slang term for Manhattan is where all the tall buildings are. It's where all the
Mm,
tourists go. When you think of New York City, you're thinking of Manhattan, but there's 4 other boroughs, 5 boroughs, 1 city, and the South Bronx is just as much a part of New York City as the tall buildings. Yes.
yeah. And then I looked at Boston because I remember you saying,
Well, all I'm saying is,
possibly go to
I'm
Boston.
not trying to be I'm not trying to be a travel agent. All I'm saying is, if you've got a finite amount of time in this part of the country, and time's a
Mm,
factor, Boston is much closer than Buffalo. If you got to pick one city, it's just that Boston's about 4 hours from New York City. Buffalo is like 7, 8 hours. So it's all about time. If you go to Buffalo, you ain't
yeah,
going anywhere else. That's really out. I'm trying to explain geography. That's all.
yeah. No, and Boston looked really nice. What they were showing, I can't remember exactly where it was, but I was like, it was kind of prettier than New York. The parts that I saw of New York, yeah. So now I'm sort of understanding what you and James were saying. Like, why do you want to go to New York? Yeah,
But then again, like you've
I
never
think,
been. I don't think you've never been there. So
yeah,
you probably do want to go to Manhattan. You want to see the tourist New York. So like for me,
yeah,
I'm from. It's only about an hour away from here. And James is a truck driver. When you've been to the Bronx and you've been to fucking South Brooklyn, you've been out to Queens, and you're like, you see other parts of the city that most people don't even think about. It's like, there's nothing special about this place. But I'm sure Sydney
yeah,
is the same. I'm sure Sydney's more than just the Opera House or the tall. But there are parts
yeah,
of Sydney. Yeah, I'm sure. Right.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Anyway,
But getting back on subject, even though you want to come here,
mm,
that might not be feasible in the near future. I understand. So if James
yeah,
has to leave, you got to figure out how long it's for. How long? Because if it's only a day, why come all the way here? Because James always complains it's so expensive going back and forth. Is there someplace
yeah.
cheaper you can get to, like you said, Fiji or New Zealand, be cheaper to get to just to get him out of the country
Oh,
for?
definitely.
And how? You still don't know. You still aren't sure how long for it to reset. Is there any way to? How would you find out?
I could call the migration agent and ask her, but I'm sure if we just went for a week somewhere, it'd be fine. And Fiji is probably nice. We can stay at a nice resort near the beach, resort pools,
But do you
and
have?
it's pretty cheap.
But do you have enough holiday time? You just used up two.
I
By the way,
do.
is this is your second week of holiday time? You told me you're 2 weeks. Is it your
Yeah,
second week? Okay. So
yeah,
how,
this
how
is
much
second
more
week.
holiday? I mean, aren't you going to run out? And how? What was I going to say? After he, when do you have? When does this have to happen? When is James' last day before he must leave? Do you know?
I think it's before the 20th of September.
Okay. So
So
let's see.
not too far away, really.
20th of September, you leave the country, whatever, whether it's a day, a week, whatever it is, you leave the country, you come back, the clock resets, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
How long, but how long does it reset for? You come back in mid-September, when does he have to leave again?
Another 3 months, but then his tourist visa actually expires. I think it's the 20th of December.
Oh.
So that's why we've really got to start applying for this partner visa ASAP, because we want to get the ball rolling on that, so that once it's in the process of the partner visa, then once his tourist visa expires, I imagine then it just changes over to a bridging visa. So it's a temporary one until he gets the results of the partner visa application.
So you wouldn't
Yeah,
have the partner visa yet, but you would have what you call a bridging visa,
bridging.
more than a tourist, less than a partner. It would be some kind of
Correct.
go between bridge.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
which would be in
yeah.
theory better than a tourist visa. It would give him more freedoms than a
Yeah.
tourist visa, right?
Yes, definitely. And I think once he's on the bridging visa, then he can apply for Medicare, which is a public health system. So we can get free doctor's visits, go to a public hospital, pay nothing. It doesn't cover dental or anything like that, though, or any specialists. But that would be great. And then he can apply for a job because he'll have work rights. Yeah.
Will that require you to actually get married, though, to secure this visa?
No, it doesn't. And even the partner visa doesn't actually require that we get married. So you can be de facto and still be on a partner visa. Yeah.
And actually, Penny's wrong. Penny's lying about, another neat. You say that James could actually work with the bridging visa. He seems like he wants to work. He can actually get some kind of employment with So he actually doesn't want to neat. Right now he's needing off of you. He wants to actually work, get employed, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants to get a job and he's thinking about, being an electrician, and possibly, doing these courses to get that. He doesn't really want to drive a truck, but he knows that's a plan B if he has to. Not that I want to talk for him because he doesn't want to talk, but yeah, no, he wants to get a job. Yeah. He doesn't want to neat forever.
Right, so he can work, have an income, and if things don't work out, you can always dump him and have to actually get married, and you don't have to actually tie the knot. Okay, so it's a perfect, like the best of both worlds. He has an income, but if things do go south, hey, we're not legally married, bye, no messy divorce. Okay, because you've been there.
Well,
I get it. You've been there, done that. I get it. I don't blame you.
No, but it's not like we're not saying we're not going to get married, because I am engaged. So, I want to marry him. It's just not a stipulation.
My father's cousin, he's well into his 70s now. He and his common law wife have been engaged for like 25, 30 years. He went through a very, very messy divorce, very ugly divorce. He still had 2 kids who were underage, very bitter divorce. He said, I never going to get married again. His second girlfriend, they're like man and wife. She wants to get married, but he's always like, they're technically engaged. We've been engaged for 20, 30 years. One of those, he was so psychologically warped by his first divorce. It's the fear of the paper. And people, I fully understand that. Is there some truth? James was briefly married for like a week or 3, whatever. You actually like my father's cousin. He's an old man now, but he was married. He and his wife had kids. It was the nuclear family, and the divorce was so bitter for him that he refused, even though he's very happy with his live-in girlfriend, what they call a common law wife. He refuses to marry her because of some psychological thing. Do you have, to be honest, is there some of that because you went through divorce?
Not with James. I actually thought, though, that I probably wouldn't ever get married again. Mm-hmm. I just thought, what's the point? And I don't want to go through that again. But I don't want to let that past ruin a good future. So I want to try again, and it's different with him. And I know everyone thinks that at the beginning, but I mean, even if you're de facto here, it's still the same as you would be married. So even if we were to ever break up, which touch wood, that's never going to happen. You still, if you don't have a prenup in place, you still have to pay half or whatever it is. You can still take whatever money. It's the same. It's recognized the same as marriage in that respect.
Right. I don't know. I don't know
So
what you call
it
it.
is.
I don't know what the term is in Australia. In American English, it would be called the common law marriage. You're not legally married. You didn't legally sign a document, but common law, if you cohabitate, and a lot of states don't recognize that anymore, but it's called common law, where the government recognizes you as effectively married, even if you never actually went through with the act. Do you use the term in Australia? A common law marriage, common law wife, common law husband?
Yeah, we use that term.
Right.
And what we've actually done is register our relationship with the government already.
Well, I'm curious. What does that mean? And in this country, I think it's marriage or nothing. There used to be civil unions for queers. Now they can get married. What is a registered our relation? What is that? I've never heard of that. Registered our relationship. What does that mean?
It wasn't always a thing. So I think they've brought it in for people who are de facto and actually don't want to go down that marriage route. So you register the relationship with the government, and you can get like a commemorative certificate, like a marriage, but it isn't one. But we did it too, to just help with the visa process too, and to say that we're now living together and that we are a proper couple. And so we did that.
When did this happen? When did you, quote unquote, that's a new term for me. When did you certify your relationship? When did this happen? After you moved there, or was this the last time you visited? Or?
Oh, no, after he moved here. Yeah, so it was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 days ago we did it. I can't remember. We're just doing so many things all the time. I can't. Thanks. So they won't process it though. They give you a 28-day cooling period in case you change your mind.
So
they won't process it.
Okay, so you still got 18 days before you're certified?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, roughly, until they actually process it.
When were the actual, I'm trying to do the math, 7, 14, 15, 16. So around, if I'm correct, August 4th, you become certified. Is that accurate?
Roughly. I can't actually remember the date. I'm not good with
exactly. I want to officially, come on, I pronounce you certified. I want to do it on the official date.
All right, we'll let you know that.
If you're still together in a couple of weeks, let me know, and I'll certify you, honorifically. Yeah.
Will do.
Sounds good.
So, yeah. So anyway, we're just making little tracks towards, helping the application. We want it to be solid, so they don't think that he's just coming here for citizenship or permanent residency, or, it's a sham. Yeah, which I doubt they would. He's American, so yeah. Anyway, every little bit helps. Yeah.
Well, then let me ask you, why certify? Why not actually get married? Is there still some hang up?
We do want to do that. We do want to do that, but we can't. I don't know if we can actually get married now, and that affects the partner visa. There was another visa that he could have applied for offshore, and I think it was called the prospective marriage visa. So it was something different again. So he could come here on a prospective marriage visa, still pay a lot of money for it, but he could be here for 9 months. But within that 9 months, we had to be making plans to get married. And we didn't think it would be, it would be rushed. And then money for a wedding is very expensive. Plus,
the house. It sounds like the house will be sold in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the house will be. But I don't want him to spend all his money. Just he worked hard to have that little nest egg. Obviously, he's got to pay off a bit of debt, but I don't want him to blow all his money. And maybe we could. I see marriage happening maybe next year, so that we can plan it properly. And whether his mum and dad want to come out, I'm not sure. So he'd have to pay for them. And
Well,
yeah.
Dubs is saying I should plan your wedding. No, I'll certify you honorifically. I'm not in Australia. I can't plan anything. I actually think Dubs should be the one because you did invite Dubs to your wedding, did you not? He said he'd come across. He'd make the journey. So Dubs, you can, yeah. So I can't plan your wedding, but if you want Dubs' help, he'll. Do you? Let me ask him. Does he still hope that Todd's going to come around and he's going to fly Todd to Australia to be his best man? Is that still a hope or a?
Well, he obviously. Well, obviously he hopes for that, I imagine, and he still wants to be mates with Todd. But there's no. He did send Todd an email, but there's been no response. So maybe Todd's flown the coop. I don't know.
Okay, well,
but yeah, time will tell.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Do you plan to stream
the
wedding? I'm sorry, last question. Do you plan to stream this wedding, or is this a very private event? Or at least a video afterwards? Or
maybe a video afterwards, I guess. I think streaming it, we'd get a few trolls.
Fair enough. But I mean, a video afterwards, I think we'd all like to see it. We'd all be, wow.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. We could do that.
Did you have a question? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you, so are you still seeing your shrink?
Yeah, if
or
you
do
want,
you not
yeah, I still am. I can upload some of those videos sometime. I'll upload. You want to see me talk to him?
Yeah, because we rewatched some of the Shrink trilogy, and we.
Yeah, I understand. They don't speak English in Australia. They speak Australian. In the English language, a trilogy means a trio or three parts of one. A trilogy.
Yeah, I know. Yes, trilogy.
You learned a new word.
Thank you. I'm very tired. I haven't slept much. Trilogy. Yes. But yeah, so I was still wondering whether you were still seeing your shrink. And also, he said something, your shrink, in one of the videos that you had intermittent explosive disorder or something along those lines. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then James looked that up, and apparently you can get neat bucks if you are diagnosed with that disorder. So I wanted to know whether you knew
in the USA, not Australia. Let's be clear. In the USA,
yes, in the USA.
Kind of shit. You should be sending me that on Discord, not whatever nonsense he sends me. You should be saying AOC, because like I said, I've got the diagnoses from the neuropsych, which my shrink doesn't agree with. I got the autism, the ADHD, a bunch of stuff that looks good on paper, PTSD, etc. Alcohol, apparently binary alcohol. Point is, but he himself said intermediate explosive disorder. I should see if I can get like a printout of what he thinks I have. But if that, I want to anything I can put towards it, my neuropsychs and the shrinks. Are you sure? Where did James find
that? That's what he said.
I thought it was a bullshit term. You're telling me it's an actual thing you get, because that'll be if you can get neat bucks for the TISM and you get neat bucks for the explosive disorder. Having both should be like a slam dunk. So okay.
So you look into it. So that's what I'm just relaying the message, but that's what he was looking up, and he assumed that you'd already looked that up.
That one. Basically, truth be told, I ignore what the shrink says. I go by the neuropsych because I got a nice list I can look at, which I can submit to Social Security. The shrink is a little different. He just says shit, and so no, I don't really look anything up that he says. But if you're that, I should start. I just see him as something like a backup source. But if you're saying that,
okay,
I'll look. Okay, I'll look into that. I didn't know. No.
And is he a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
Psychologist. He's a psychologist.
Psychologist. Okay, so he can't prescribe medication or anything like that. It's only right. Okay. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and I hadn't ever heard that term before, intermediate explosive disorder. So there you go. Maybe you can do some research.
Cassandra is clarifying. I don't know which one you guys, because I never heard it either. Oppositional defiance disorder. Is that or did James screw up? Maybe my shrink says you have ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, and James looked up the wrong thing. 'Cause I thought you, Donna, actually said you thought I had ODD, or you asked
I
me
think
about
he
it.
said both, didn't he? Didn't he say you had both oppositional defiance disorder, and I'm sure he said intermediate explosive disorder or something
I gotta
along
look
those
that
lines.
up.
I
I'll
can't
tell you
remember
what.
which
Do me a
video
favor.
it was.
If don't go nuts, but if you come across it, say it was in this video at this timestamp, like was it part 1, 2,
Yeah,
or 3? Don't go nuts, but if you come
yeah.
across, I don't feel like watching those again. But if you come across it, tell me which video and which timestamp. I'll look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember because it was
You
late
want me
at
to
night
watch
when we
all
were
three?
watching
I
it.
lived that. I was actually there for that. I really don't want to sit down and watch all 3 videos start to finish because I lived through it in real life. But okay, if I have to, I'll sit down because I don't think he ever said. What did you call it? Intermediate.
Yes, explosive disorder or something
I'll
like
ask him
that.
about it
Yeah.
then. I'll
But
say,
look it up, see if it is a
I'll
thing,
say,
and see
Doc,
if it is.
I put you on the internet, and this chick in Australia thinks that did you say? And they'd be like, I'm on the internet. Am I famous now? Okay,
Oh
well, no,
yeah, don't do that.
no, but I remember. I do remember. Now that she says it, I do remember ODD. I don't remember this IED thing. IEDs. I don't remember
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, that's what I thought he said, and that's why James looked it up. Yeah.
Oh, intermittent, not intermediate. I thought it was like I'm
Yeah.
not a total but I'm like I thought he meant intermediate. Like you're sort of okay, intermittent. So it's intermittent explosive disorder. But is that Cassandra? Did my shrink say I had that? Can somebody please
Hey,
give me a
listen,
video and a
asshole. We're
timestamp?
trying to help you out.
Well, give
If
me
you
a
just
video and
shut up.
a timestamp.
Hey, listen.
Give me a video and a timestamp. I remember the oppositional defiant disorder. Where was this intermittent? Now I'm fucking up the trilogy. Intermittent, where explosive disorder. What video? 1, 2, or 3, and what timestamp? Go back,
Well, we'd have to go
rewatch
back
all
and
3,
see.
start to finish.
Well,
If I'm not streaming and you miss me, go back and rewatch those old videos and get back to me. How's that sound?
I will try and rewatch it, and I'll see because I'm sure he mentioned something about you with your mum and something about the uh, intermittent explosive disorder, maybe with that. But don't quote me, so I'll have to go back and see which video it was.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
You've got homework.
Yes, but so do you. So look it up and see if it actually uh, does allow you to get neat bucks over there.
Cassandra's going to do that. She's going to look up ODD
Sandra?
and IED, and she'll let me know if either or is neat bucks worthy. And you'll tell me
All
where
right.
you say IED. Okay, good.
Right. So you've got your 2 bitches working for you, basically. Is that what
Absolutely.
you've done?
What else can you
Right.
do? I mean, what else good are you? It's like you're not, making me a sandwich. I'm not there with you in Australia. I mean, what else can you do for me? I mean, I figure might as well, show your
I'll
appreciation.
do what I can.
You
I'll
guys
do
want
what
me
I
to
can.
stream. What is the impetus to stream if you guys don't want to, support, the channel here? I don't ask for money,
Well,
but I don't ask you to buy
that's
me a
why I
coffee.
came on. That's
Well,
why I came on as well. I'm supporting the stream.
coming
There
on.
you go.
I
Penny
think
Pounder won't. Penny
no.
Pounder just says stuff and runs away when you ask him to come on. I don't understand it.
Well, we can bring him on right now. Does he want to come on now? I'd love to see him. Even if he doesn't want to show his face, I'd love to hear him. Does Penny Pounder want to come on and interact with Donda?
Exactly. He won't. He says people are after him.
Does anybody else want to talk to Donna for a few minutes? Because I want to get a beer. I can stay on or kick it. Whatever you want to do. I need to get another beer. If someone else wants to come on and talk to Donna for a couple minutes while I get a beer, otherwise I'll just you can sit here and stare at nothing, or you can say, "What do you want to do?"
I'll go to clean soon too. So
What were you
if
cleaning?
you're winding down,
Yeah, what are you cleaning?
I was vacuuming the floor, and I've just got to do a load of washing, laundry.
The only thing I was hoping, if
And
you're cleaning, could Thule come on? I only saw Thule once, months and months and months ago. Can Thule come
yeah,
on
it was
for
a long
5
time.
minutes? Donda, it's not for my sake. Donda wants to see Thule. So if Penny Pounder's too much of a pussy, can Thule, because Thule's been on once, he can do it one more time. Even Me Banks came on twice. I think Thule can come on at least twice. You saw Cassandra last time. She's exempt. We'd love to see, Thule. Also, what happened with Tara Norquay? I wasn't half paying attention. She was in some kind of car accident, destroyed her phone, or whatever, some nonsense.
Well, James would know more. But yeah, she emailed him, and she was in a car accident and was in an induced coma. and
Hey.
I think she's in rehabilitation now. Anyway, so apparently her phone was destroyed in the accident, and but because they had emailed previously, she still had his email and just let him know that she was okay. And yeah, have you heard from Tara since? No. Okay. So that's all that. Did I say everything right?
Yeah. She's in the hospital, so.
Yeah. So
Losing
did you
the
give her Ocean's number, or did you give him Tara's email?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, Penny, you're a Tyrone. You have nothing to lose. No one's going to care. If anything, you get brownie points. Not tonight, maybe next time. Thule, you're a pussy too. Penny and Thule are pussies. Oh my god.
Now, one thing I'm concerned about with the light is that the light switch doesn't turn the light off all the way. And well, that might be why your other LED light burned out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But with the regular bulb, it does turn all the way off, and that's because the regular bulb needs higher voltage, where the
Ah.
LED doesn't, and so it's going to make a constant glow.
Oh, well, yes, sometimes there was a constant glow with the old one.
So it might burn out. We'll have to see. But there's a device we can put on there to take care of that if needed.
Okay.
I looked it up. So we'll just have to play it by ear.
Sparky knows best. Constant glow, yes. There's always a constant glow.
Does that do that?
No.
I don't even know. Did you go
Anyway.
get beer?
No, he's waiting.
Okay, I'll wait till he gets beer, and then I'll say something.
I was hoping either Penny or Thule would come on. They're both being pussies. I was hoping someone else would come on and say hi, but what's everyone so afraid of? I don't get it. It takes a certain
Penny
type to show their face on the internet, apparently.
Apparently. But at least Sloth has shown his face. Penny won't even let you hear his voice.
Yeah,
I mean, he could use a voice changer.
Yes, you can you can always do. I feel bad. I don't want to. If you want to go, you can go. I'll just it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I think James just said when you go get a beer, he'll come on and say something. So I don't know what that's about.
All right, you talk to the Starlings of.
Okay. This is weird. James, he's gone now. He's gone to get a beer. Did you want to say something? This is awkward. Very awkward. And I can't. Oh, wait. I think I can sometimes see the chat. You can touch me with the address at the bottom. Oops. I don't know what I just did. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, there I go.
Donna, why are you just sitting there? You're just staring. You're staring. What's going on here? You're staring into space.
The screws pull right out of the drywall because these anchors suck and the drywall sucks.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, there's a little one here.
Hold on. How do I get back to the bloody stream?
Well,
She just shut herself off. She didn't realize she was still on stream. Wow. How do I get back to the bloody stream? You were on it. You were on it. What'd you do? It's over. Psych. Actually, you're right. Asperger's doesn't exist. It's been merged with autism. You were on the bloody stream. In fact, I walk away. You try to take yourself off.
I was trying to see comments because it was so awkward. I didn't know what to say, and then I left. I don't know. I'm not a streamer. I don't know how this works. Anyway, I'm back, and the workhorse is working. Why am I here by myself again? This is so awkward. Don't do this to me. Please.
We've had a case of herpes tonight. I think the herpes is looking for you. I think Dr. Hans Asperger might be another version of herpes man. I think.
Oh, and this is DBF, you think? I don't know. I don't think he'd like that many alts, to be honest.
Right.
It could be Penny Pounder.
Okay, well,
all right.
I can't think of anything to say either. There was something else to say.
No one else wants to come on, so we're winding down.
See, it's like these people. You can't expect much from Starlings. If they want to support the stream, they can come on. Forget me. I thought they'd want to talk to Donda. I'm amazed no one wants to talk to Donda. I remember.
We're all
Don't tell James.
Yeah, nobody wants to
Don't
talk
tell
to us.
James this. But back when you were streaming with him, the only reason I ever came on was to look at you, Donda. James, there you are. Disregard what I said. I was joking. Point is, I couldn't wait to come on and say hi, Donna. I thought more Starlings would be jumping at the chance. No one wants to look at me. No one wants to look at James. James and I look at each other in real life. We've been there, done that. The only people we want to see is Donda. I'm surprised more people aren't jumping on for Donda. I really am. I jump for Donda. I don't blame James. I don't blame you for jumping for. I jumped for Donda. I was hoping to meet you in Midway. I didn't think you'd leave so soon. In fact, I think you rushed out of the country faster because you didn't want Donda to come to Waynesboro and meet me. I think that was part of your plan. But okay.
Oh yeah. Oops. Why
is he ignoring me? Why is he ignoring me?
Well, he's going to come in here maybe and talk. We'll just need nothing. Don't worry. I don't think he rushed it. I think he just rushed out of the country because he just wanted to come here and he changed the flight so often.
You know what the issue was? My issue was that I was streaming for 3 hours and I couldn't get a single person on. That's what my issue is. And you think my best friend OC here would have came on, but you know what? And now I'm not in a very good mood anymore.
Was this today? Because I was rained out. I was hungry. I had to go to a diner. I made that clear. So we had to go.
Okay, excuses. I hear a lot of excuses right now.
Look, I showed the photos. Here, take a look. I think it's this. These are the mozzarella sticks. We got mozzarella sticks.
Okay. Look, he's got photos. They did go out. Show it again, OC.
Here's me. I got a meal that came with French fries and soup, and it was a chopstick. And here's me putting salt in my chicken soup, which was delicious. And then I got.
Did you put sugar in the soda?
A little, but I didn't have to. It was that good. And someone else wants to finally come on. I'm going to bring him on in a minute. I got to fix his name. I'm going to bring him on in a minute.
Yeah, you got to fix his name. Yeah.
Can you see? You can see him. Here's my brother got a steak and French fries. I got a slightly different steak and French fries. I got a chopstick. So we were hungry. We didn't want to go out to eat. Afterwards, the meal came with dessert. He got this Jello shit, which looks like crap, and I got chocolate pudding. Can you see my chocolate pudding?
Oh, yes, I can. Yummy.
Okay. So not excuses. This happened. It happened.
Who is this?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. I can't even see your name. I'm so blind.
This is in Australia.
James.
He's from the west coast of Australia. He's from a place called Perth. His name is Chris Dubs, King Dubs, or as I now call him, Dubs Brother.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't even see properly. Hello, how are you going?
Good, how are you?
All right. You working?
On a side note, I gotta say one thing. No, asshole, I explained. They were all out of fucking ice cream because it's summer. They ran out of vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream, no more. They had sugar-free. I said, fuck that. I eat the fat shit. If you don't have regular ice cream, what else you got? So my brother took Jello. I took a fucking pudding because I didn't want, I figured, fuck it, go with the pudding. I wanted vanilla ice cream. They ran out of ice cream. They had sugar-free, but I didn't want sugar-free. But no.
But was the
Yeah,
pudding nice though, OC?
It was fine. Now, you guys, I'm glad you came on, Dubsboro. What's up?
I got like five. I got like maybe 3 minutes. So I just want to
That's
say
fine.
hello. You know,
Well, Donna's got to go
yeah.
vacuum. Donna's got to go vacuum. I even told Thule, does anyone want to come on for 5 quick minutes? I'm surprised more people aren't jumping to say hi to Donna. Are we serious, Dubs? Would you go to their wedding if invited? Would you cross country and go to their wedding?
Yeah,
For real?
I'd go. Yeah, yeah. It's been like a
Cool.
like
Okay.
I'm late. I'm late to the whole thing. Like I'm late to the whole like Donna James saga. Like like I'm from DBF's channel, so like I came into this stuff very late. So, but it's such a cool story that's unfolding. So I'm kind of like invested in it. So, and like I've learned a couple of things from watching a lot of Dumb's videos. In fact, I just wanted to like one of the like it's hard to find Dumb's older stuff because like you guys talk about James pre this where he's at now in life,
Well,
and
there's a
it's
reason. There's a reason for that. James
mm,
deliberately deleted or hid most of his older stuff. Some people might have archived a few things here and there, but James himself either hid or deleted. So you won't find most of it now. If you weren't there in real time, if you weren't there for the party, you missed it because James himself wants
yeah.
to put it behind him. So you probably won't find most of it.
Oh yeah, well that's true. I mean that's fair. That makes sense. But I did like there is some like archive stuff. Like I think some people like archived a little bit, and there was like a couple of videos where like I saw myself in like especially the one. There's one where he's driving a truck and like he's like I don't know if he's having a panic attack or he's like but he's like really hyperventilating and stuff, and I've been through that like so many times, and like and just seeing him sort of work his way out of that into where he's at now is it's pretty motivating. So I just want to say like thanks for like staying in there and staying positive and shit and following this thing that you're doing and coming here and shit. And I think like a lot of people got to hear this stuff, like
Yeah,
what
Donda,
he's.
you look bored, but Dubs is really
No, I'm
praising.
not
Oh
bored.
shit!
I'm not bored at all.
Thanks,
I'm
OC, you
listening.
dickhead.
I'm not,
Who's
no,
a
I'm
I
dickhead?
think
not bored
you're
at
making a
all.
deep point. You're making a deep point, and Donna's looking behind her like,
No,
when's he start?
I was Chris. I was not. I was looking to see if James was coming up if he could hear what you were saying because
No, it's all good.
um, this is my opinion. Of course, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, real quick. James is not coming up because James is pissed with me, first of all. And when I said, hey, if Todd can't make it, will you let Chris Dubs be your best man? Fuck that asshole! So you won't be talking to James. I'm sorry. This is real.
Mm, damn,
Oh my god.
damn.
What I was saying was, I'm not talking for James, but um, in my opinion, I think he would really appreciate you saying that because that's why he does talk to, does do live streams because he wants to help other guys, feel that there is life after depression and, things don't stay the same. Your future can be better and just,
Mm.
you know, hang in there for want of a better term. I don't know. But yeah, so that's nice to hear.
It gets better, and it
So
all
OC,
starts with
can
the
you come out? Can you come out for the wedding, OC, or what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the same without you, man.
Well, I'd love to. I don't have any money. I want to be a neat. Hopefully by then I'm a neat bucks, which means I can't afford a plane ticket. But if Todd doesn't want to come, and this is very important, if Todd doesn't want to come and James is willing to give me that money, then yeah, I'll consider it if he's going to buy me a plane ticket. But other than that, I'm afraid that I'm not
We're
invited.
halfway
I can't
there.
come. I can't come where I'm not invited. I was never invited. I don't think I'll ever be
We're
invited.
halfway there. Oh, OC on a prayer.
Invite both you and Bro C. I wanted to invite both of you guys.
Yes.
Oh, you'll
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
invite us.
Chris.
You ain't paying our way. If you guys have the time and money, come eat a piece of cake. If not, oh well. Yeah, I understand. So yeah, the answer is probably won't be cost effective unless we start that GoFundMe. pay for me and my brother to go to the wedding in Sydney, we'll talk.
There you go.
I'll start a GoFundMe. Okay.
Yeah.
And if James wants to walk me through the Gimme Dats links like he was supposed to when I went to go visit him, but never did. Yeah, I'll start a GoFundMe now, and you can pay for me to come. If you want to make a donation, I'll come to the wedding. How's that sound?
I got to pull a Dev Park, and I got to just run, okay? Because my lunch is now over and my phone is about to die. So,
All right.
All right. Okay. Well,
Bye.
Okay. So you want to go too? I understand. Any last words you want to say, Donda?
No. But thank you for streaming, because I did text you on Discord and said, when are you streaming? Your starlings need your presence. So,
by the way,
I'm going to take some hand in that that I made you stream.
There is, by the way, one other thing. I saw you showed me a picture. You guys went to eat somewhere, and James had like another dessert for breakfast thing.
Oh yeah.
And I used the term, my mother used to use, petit four, which I think is a French term, but I realized you might not use that term in Australia. Petit fours are just these small pastries. Yeah. It looked like a giant petit fours. It didn't even look like waffles. What was that supposed to be? It looked like a giant piece of cake with. I'm like, what is that? Yeah, I remember my mother used to bake them petit fours. I'm like, was that a petit four? I'm like, what is that?
No. So it was like banana bread.
Okay.
That was toasted with icing sugar on top. Blueberry compote with strawberries, whipped cream with orange zest. It was delicious. I had some, but yeah.
You remind me. I got to tell you something before you go. You mentioned cornbread or something corn related.
Did I? Banana bread?
Oh, it was banana bread. I'm sorry.
Banana bread.
You said banana bread. I think it was okay. So it was banana bread. Okay, basically it was a giant dessert, but it was meant to be a meal. Is what you're telling me? Kind of is a giant petit four. Petit four is like almost like, it's hard to describe. It's like a small baked, not really cake, but like a spongy bread thing with like lots of whipped cream and sugary shit on top. So it's basically my mother used to make when I was a kid. She called them petit fours. They were small pastries. That's bread pastries. That's basically what that looked like. But I want to talk about cornbread for a moment. There are these things called hush puppies, which are much more common down south. They're not very common up here, but you can buy them at the grocery store. And I bought some not too long ago. And hush puppies, not the sneaker. The sneaker was actually named after the dish. Your feet can be called your dogs. So hush puppies, silent sneakers. But much older, it's a southern dish, which isn't common here, but it's basically a little tiny ball of cornbread, sweet cornbread. And I made some a few months ago. And I remember I mentioned, you said, what's a hush puppy? So maybe next time I grill, or maybe when the weather gets colder and I go back to the oven, I'll make some hush puppies. You can see what hush. Again, not common in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, much more like Alabama, Mississippi. You can ask Indian about them. More southerly, but you'd never heard of hush puppies. I remember I mentioned it once. So it's basically just a ball of cornbread that's sweet cornbread. So I'll make some hush puppies.
Okay, nice. Yes, that'd be cool.
I'm not talking about hush puppy sneakers or shoes or whatever. I'm talking about the cornbread things.
Yeah, and then also grill some corn. See if you can get that right.
I've never done. I always, all my life, I would just boil it in a pot. When you grill it, we call shucking. You shuck and or you put the whole unshucked ear. How do you? What do you do?
I think you can shuck some of it, but leave some of the green part on, some of the husk, and just turn it, get it sort of charcoaled, and and it's supposed to be very nice. And then you can put butter and salt on it.
What do you mean supposed to be? You've never done it?
I've done it once. It turned out okay, but there's many a recipe for grilled corn.
Okay, well, has James done it? How does he do it?
Have you ever grilled barbecued corn, James?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you
shuck
just
or
put it in foil, or did you put it in foil? Or
I already told him this. He doesn't listen. I'm getting the shits on him. You know, you just took it off.
Are you being serious?
He mentioned something about foil, but he didn't clarify. He did not clarify if you shucked and then wrapped in coil or wrapped in coil pre-shucked. He didn't clarify. He said, you can put some foil on. Foil. I said coil. He said something about foil, but I'm like, wait, did you shuck the whole thing partially unshucked? He didn't clarify. He said you can put some tinfoil on. He never clarified. He's being a bitch.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Well, let me ask you.
What I put the whole goddamn thing on the goddamn grill, but you don't listen. You chuck the whole thing on the grill. Inside the husk. You just throw it on the grill. I'm done.
Bye-bye. Do you call it corn or do you call it maize in Australia? Be honest. You call it corn like we do or you call it maize?
Oh, no, we call it corn.
You do call it corn. And is it, let me ask, is it commonly grown? If you're driving along in the country, you'll see cornfields, or is it not as common?
No, it's not as common. No, that's an American thing, I think.
It's native to North America, so it's much more commonly planted here. I didn't realize. I was curious how common it was in Australia.
And you have that beautiful, different coloured corn too. Is it called glass corn? It's something. It's not yellow. It's all different colours. It's like an heirloom one, I think.
Okay, I think you're talking about what we call Indian corn. After the American Indians, that's just regular corn that wasn't cooked. It was harvested and left to basically rot. That's rotting corn. That's just for decoration. You don't eat that. I mean, there might be some people who do, but I think what you're talking about is called Indian corn. We call it Indian corn, which is just regular corn that wasn't eaten, wasn't cooked, was allowed to slowly rot, and it's like a tree in the autumn when a tree turns different colors, red.
Okay.
It's just the kernels are turning different colors as they die.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be. Maybe some people do. It's just meant as decorative in the fall. It's called Indian. I think that's what you're talking about. I think Indian.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen.
James, ask James if he knows what Indian corn is. Say, what's Indian corn? See if he can describe it. James, you're not done. Come back here.
I think he's had enough.
That's the last question. I think that's what you're talking about, unless there's some multicolored corn you can eat. I've never heard of it. I think you're talking about.
I feel like there's multicolored corn that you can eat, but I've just never seen it in the shops. But maybe it's an heirloom variety. I don't know. But I feel like it's multicolored.
James,
you've never had Indian corn, have you?
No comment.
No comment. He said.
Well, you don't eat Indian corn. It's decorative. Is there some multicolored corn I've never heard of? I've never heard of a multicolored corn you eat off the color.
I'll have a boy talk to OC because OC loves OC. And that's all he hears is himself.
I don't know what's going on.
Of course I love me. I love me. Donda loves me. You love me. Get back here and love me. Where the hell are you? Everybody loves me. Get back here, James, and love me. Where do you go?
I think he needs a break.
Okay, well.
But I'll look up whether it's Indian corn or
let me know
some other heirloom variety.
Maybe there is some heirloom variety I've never heard of. All I can think of is Indian corn, which, as far as I know, is not meant for consumption. It's just decorative. It's just rotting corn that looks pretty in the fall. It's just Indian corn. Corn that wasn't harvested, starts to die, but it's still solid-ish, turns different colors. It's meant to be like you might put out a pumpkin for Halloween or squash. Indian corn is just decorative in the fall. It doesn't, just rotting corn. As far as I know. I could be wrong.
All right.
Starlings want to do any starlings. Oh, do I not know what Indian corn is? I thought Indian corn. Maybe I don't. I don't know. What do I think Indian corn? You can actually eat Indian corn? Well, here's what this says. I'm looking up Indian corn. It says multi-corn kernels. Maybe we're talking about the same thing. The only difference is I always thought it was decorative. I guess people do eat it. I've never eaten it. I thought it was just meant to be decorative. But here, let's see. There's this website here. Everything you've wanted to know. Indian corn grows in the same way as regular sweet or field corn, except the different cultivars are planted together by calico-covered ears. Okay, let's pull this picture up. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a picture real quick. Can't pull it up. How do I pull this up? I'll pull up a picture. So I think we're both right. Indian corn is multicolored, cross-pollinate. I've never eaten it. I've only seen it used basically as decoration. But I guess you could eat it. But basically, I would call it, when it's not yellow, I call it Indian corn. Multicolored corn, I would call Indian corn. I don't know what Cass is trying to say. Let's share a screen real quick. Here it is. Like this. Where's the screen? Here. Like that. Is that what you're talking about, or?
I have seen that, but I've also seen a different corn, which almost looks like for some reason the term glass corn or something is in my brain, but it's kind of like that. It is multicolored. But is that did they breed corn like our yellow corn from that?
I honestly am not a corn expert. I usually Even this corn looks a little more colorful. I remember Indian corn being more like brown and like brown, orangey, more like fall. Like these look very purple. I remember the squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels love to pick at Indian corn, but I didn't eat. It didn't look like something you want to eat.
All right. I'm gonna do some research on corn and become an expert.
I think
all I'm saying
I think the reason I think here's what I recall, and maybe Cassandra, it might even be it might even be a regional thing. I'm from the Northeast, and you can ask Cassandra when she lived in Connecticut. In the Northeast, Northeastern USA, and you can ask James. This type of corn isn't commonly eaten, but it's commonly displayed in the fall. What we call the fall, autumn. When we start to change, people display this corn as a decoration. It will start to rot. It will definitely, because they don't eat it. It'll start to rot, and the squirrels usually pick at it, or other critters. So it's usually used decoratively in the Northeast. Now in Arizona, in the desert, there might be a different story. Maybe because it looks kind of Mexican-y. Maybe they grow it and eat it. But I've always known it as an ornamental corn that the critters, the squirrels and the raccoons pick at. I've never known anyone to eat it. But still, either way, whether it's rotting or not, Cassandra, am I correct? We call it Indian corn. Non-yellow corn is called Indian corn, as far as I know. But that's where the linguist here is supposed to be helping us out. I would either way, whether it's rotting or not, I call it Indian corn. Glass gem corn, heirloom flint corn.
That's glass gem.
Known as Indian. So I guess it is all Indian corn.
Okay. Thank you, Cass. We now have the answer.
I guess there are different varieties, different strains of non-yellow corn. So you've got the glass type, the heirloom flint type, the Indian type. I guess it just means non-yellow corn that's multicolored. One's called glass. I think that's what she's saying. But yes, okay. Now, but see, she made it sound like I was totally nuts. Yeah, it's usually a decoration. Okay, you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I only know I would call it all anything that's not yellow. I would call Indian corn, and it's a decoration. I wouldn't eat it, but that's just me. Okay.
Okay.
Now they're all the same thing. You just told me I was wrong. Okay, but because it's a decoration, Cass, maybe it wasn't rotting. Maybe it's grown that way, but it's usually left out to rot, like a pumpkin or a squash. It will start to rot, and usually animals will eat it. It's not meant to be. All I'm saying is I don't see it being fit. I'm sure you can eat it, but it's not commonly eaten. Okay, I'm glad we had a nice discussion. Something I hardly ever think about. Something as you're walking down the street in the fall, someone has some Indian corn on their door. Okay, fine, nice decoration. But I don't think about it. I've never spent so much time in devotion talking about Indian corn or whatever the fuck it's called. We've learned something here.
Okay. There we go. There's always a point to streaming.
Yeah, it's used as cornmeal. It's not as sweet as the yellow corn, so it's
okay.
Like I said, it's not a common dish. Maybe you can eat it, but it's not commonly eaten. If I go to buy corn on the cob and it looks like that, I'd say, "Why'd you give me Indian corn? I'm not decorating my house. I want corn to eat." Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, anything that Dumb finds odd about any weird fruits or vegetables that he's come across that he's never heard of or aren't as commonplace in America?
I don't think so. He doesn't really love veggies, so I don't think vegetables. Sorry.
Oh, Cassandra mentioned. Okay. On a side note, one more thing. The decorative ones are left out to air dry, but the drying process is not what changes. Okay, so I think I said maybe the rottingness changes the color. Apparently, they're actually grown that way. They're just not yellow. But because they're so, when you see them, they've already been harvested. They're already basically.
Yes, please. Sorry.
They're already who cares? What does James? Go ahead, answer my question now. Enough about Indian fucking corn. I've talked enough about it. Answer my question.
Enough about Indian corn. Sorry. Can you please repeat yourself? I'm so sorry to ask you to repeat yourself.
You are fascinated by Indian corn. I take it you don't have it in Australia. You've never seen it. You know it from movies or TV shows or something. I'm assuming, correct? Where do you know Indian corn from?
I've never seen Indian corn here, but I believe that you can order it and grow it in your garden.
And you've seen people eat it on TV or from their gardens.
I've never seen them.
Okay,
I've never seen anyone.
So,
but I thought you guys did. I thought you guys ate it because you had all this access to corn and all these different sweet potatoes and potatoes that you've got.
Have you ever seen Indian corn in real life? Have you, Donda, ever seen Indian corn in real life? Okay, so Donda has learned about Indian corn. She thought it was something we ate. Apparently, you can. I mistakenly thought it was rotting because every time I see it, it's rotting. It's a decoration. Fine. Apparently, as Cassandra tells us, you can eat it, but you can eat it, but like Crocodile Dundee said, sure, you can eat it, but it tastes like shit. Whenever I've seen Indian corn all my life in the fall, like October, November, when people decorate their houses like, it's a pumpkin. You know what pumpkins are? You know what squashes are? When people decorate
Yes.
the fall, the falling leaves, the change of season, people will often decorate with Indian corn. It was never meant for consumption. Now, Indian corn is new to you. Still don't get what it is. What are some things that are new to James? Any fruits or vegetables in Australia? He's like, holy shit, what's that? Or I've never seen that.
Oh,
Now he's something. Okay.
he didn't know what honeydew melon was. Do you know what honeydew melon was?
It sounds familiar, but no, it's honeydew melon.
It's green. It's like a rock melon, which you call cantaloupe.
I was about to say it's a cantaloupe.
When I said rock melon to James, he looks at me and he goes, cantaloupe? And I went, oh, that's what you call it.
So he knew what it was. He just didn't know the name you have for it.
Yeah, but then I don't think he didn't know, I don't think, what honeydew melon was, which is similar, but it's, yeah.
Okay. What do you guys call cantaloupes? You call them what? Rock melons?
Rock melons.
And then what's a honeydew?
Honeydew melon is like a rock melon. It's still round, but it's green. And you cut it open, it's green inside.
Mm.
And it's sweet. Yeah. Whereas rock melon, it's got the orange. But yeah, so.
Cassandra is telling us that honeydew.
Oh, you do know. Okay.
Cassandra knows her fruits and vegetables and grains. So she's the one to ask.
Cass is very smart. So you do have honeydew melon over there, Cass?
No. She's quick on the draw with the keyboard to look things up and act like an expert.
Green flesh. Tastes a bit like musky. I actually like it better than. I don't know.
I don't know what a muskmelon is. What's a muskmelon? I don't know. Muskmelon?
I don't know what that is. Oh, you have honeydew. Okay.
But even if we have, I don't eat it. It's not as, you're more likely to see cantaloupe than honeydew or muskmelon. So cantaloupe is much more common, I would imagine. That's why I understand where James is coming from. Honeydew. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, what is that?
I've never heard of it. Yeah. Is honeydew more prevalent in the Southwest? Two people from Arizona are praising honeydew. I know cantaloupe.
Sorry.
Right there, butter. You're okay with?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So then maybe it's possible I've had honeydew, but I thought it was a cantaloupe because I can't tell the difference. I'm not crazy about it. So maybe if they're very similar, maybe I've confused honeydew for cantaloupe. But I would never say.
Oh, well, honeydew is green and cantaloupe is orange inside, right. So
I'm used to it being orange on the inside. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Honeydew and muskmelon. Yeah, okay. I don't think we've got muskmelon here.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a Japanese delicacy because remember, Cassandra went to Japan. She loves Japanese culture. So now she's bringing in another culture that neither of us know about. Apparently, muskmelon is in Japan. I don't.
Okay, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
Oh.
And you've been to Japan. You've been to Japan.
Yes, I know. This is a very educational stream.
How come Cassandra knows about muskmelon? You weren't paying attention on your trip? I mean, yeah.
I wasn't paying. I didn't pay much attention actually at all. Cass is much better at Japanese than I am, and probably is way more.
Let me ask you a question. What about eggplant? What about eggplant? I think you have it, but you call it like aubergine, something like eggplant, purple eggplant.
Yeah, so I call it eggplant, but some people call it aubergine. Yeah, but I think the Brits call it aubergine.
Aubergine, yeah. You call it eggplant? Okay.
Yeah.
I was
and we call zucchini, but I think the Brits call it courgette. But Dev Pike would know, yeah.
So in this instance, you actually take the American terms, zucchini and eggplant. Okay, interesting.
But what you call squash, we call butternut pumpkin.
Okay,
I believe.
I was talking a moment ago about we had a nice discussion. I don't remember if you were there. We discussed about Indian corn and how all my life I've never seen anyone eat it. It's just a fucking decoration. Indian corn is usually displayed with pumpkin, what I call pumpkin, the big orange thing, jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkin, and what I call squash, which you don't know. If you should have said, what's a squash? You call it a what? Something? A magic pumpkin?
Well, we also have squash, but we also call something else butternut pumpkin, but I think you call that squash. It's like a little bell-shaped.
Right.
It's orange inside, but we call that butternut pumpkin.
Then what is your squash? What is the thing you call squash?
Our squash, which I think you call button squash. It's like the little ridged, little flats. It's green or yellow.
I'll have to look it up.
Do you know that one?
No,
No,
I
okay.
have to look it up. I know what a squash is. A gourd.
We call that.
A gourd, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know a gourd, but we don't. I think they're decoration actually. Gourds. Yeah. Anyway,
We're still going on about fucking zucchini. We moved on to squash.
Declination wasn't.
Well, she went to Japan and she loves melons. Apparently, they're all.
And the Japanese, they're all squash. Oh, well, yeah. Even the pumpkins are actually squash, but it's different what we would call. So in a shop, we would say butternut pumpkin. But we do call spaghetti squash, which is weird. And Cass, the Japanese will grow their watermelon in and make it like a cube or like a rectangle. Have you seen that? That's weird.
I want to share one more picture. It's a bit smaller. This looks more like what I would call Indian corn. To me, this is more. The other picture I had before was too exotic. To me, this is Indian corn. You see it displayed in the fall. Like you see the orange, you see like the light yellow, white, you see the black kernels, you even see some red, that and some brown. That's why I said rotting. It looks like it symbolizes the fall. I know you guys autumn is poetic. We more commonly say fall for that season. It's meant to be a decoration to symbolize the change of the season. I've never seen anyone eat it. I'm sure you could, but it was always decorative, and squirrels and raccoons love eating it, but yeah, it's not really commonly consumed. But that's what I would call Indian corn. There you go.
Right, okay. That does look decorative with the dried husk as well. So you can hang it, I guess.
Well, that's probably why I said rotting, because usually when you see Indian corn, when you see it, by the time you see it hanging up, the husk, which they pull up, they don't fully shuck it. They pull it up to display the corn, and like it's a decoration. And the top is all the husk.
Yeah,
that it usually starts to rot. That's why I said rotting. Every time I see Indian corn, yes, the husk is brown, rotting, and the rest is just there as a decoration.
Yeah. I like how you Americans celebrate fall. It's really nice. We don't really celebrate it like that.
Well,
like you'll have your pumpkin spice coffee.
Well, there's a reason. Real quick, a couple things. I know you want to get. There's a reason I mentioned the Northeast, because you got to understand where I live, where James lives. The 4 seasons are very distinct. Summers are hot, sweating. Winters are cold. We get snow and blizzards, and you got to fucking shovel. Fall looks like fall with all the leaves changing. Spring is like somewhere in between. We really get a true 4 seasons. From what it sounds like, your winter is chilly, but not. It's not like ice and snow. And even your summer doesn't sound too terrible. So it's like your winters are warmer than ours. It sounds like your summers are actually a bit cooler than ours. So I guess in areas where the change of season is much more obvious, like New Jersey or Pennsylvania versus Arizona, New Jersey or Pennsylvania, it might be more commonplace where you see distinct changes of the 4 seasons. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, our summers are definitely brutal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but our winters are chilly. But we in most areas we don't get ice and snow, but in some we do. In some areas, but not for the length of time that you guys would. And our spring is we've had shorter springs, because even at the end of spring it can almost turn like summer. Gets too hot.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's nice how you celebrate the changing of the seasons. I think that's nice. And the pumpkin spice and the colours, and people seem to decorate with wreaths. And is that when you have pumpkin pie, or is that more Thanksgiving? I can't remember.
More Thanksgiving.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to look up one more thing that piqued my Spurg interest. I'll share this one more thing if I can.
Yeah.
There's a type of corn, mostly grown in Mexico. I came across it one time. The area where it's grown has such poor soil that this one crossbreed of corn, because it couldn't get enough nutrients from the soil, it somehow was bred to have roots above ground. And the roots above ground leak out this mucus, which attracts a bacteria. The bacteria then coats the roots and provides nutrients it can't get from the soil. It's a weird kind of corn, and I hadn't thought about it in years, but you mentioned it, so I'm trying to look it up. I'll just show because hey, I'm a Pittsburgh. I think the closest I can find is this here. It's the corn, like it has some roots in the ground, but it's mostly above ground. And the roots develop a mucus which attracts a bacteria, which basically coats it and gives it the nutrients it can't get from the soil. You made me think of that. It's got what they're called, like above ground roots, or there's a term for it. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Isn't nature amazing? Like it just adapts to its surrounding environment. Yeah,
evolution, adaptation. Yeah.
Yeah. It's horrible. What, Indian corn or the?
Oh, this is interesting. I'm sorry. Well, I think my thing about corn is interesting. Cassandra's saying that we were talking about regionalism, how in Jersey, Pennsylvania, you get like 4 true seasons. You might see Indian corn and squashes and pumpkins. In Arizona, I didn't know this. In Arizona, which tends to be more arid, more desert-like, much more hotter, for the most part. In Arizona, they use dried peppers as a decoration. They don't do that in the Northeast. I don't think they do that in Australia. Do you know what peppers are? They use dried peppers.
The chili.
But apparently it's year-round. So year-round, they use dried peppers in parts of Arizona as a decoration.
Nice.
Again, so it's not just an American versus Australian thing. Sometimes it's regional. What we do in the Northeast, I mentioned the Northeast, Indian corn as a decoration. I've never heard of peppers as a decoration. That's new to me. I've never seen that. I've seen Indian corn every fall. Someone's got Indian corn on their door. I've never seen peppers. So it's not just America. It's different. Because remember, like Australia, America's continental in size. Different areas.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. So interesting conversation we're having here.
Yeah. No, it is. And I imagine that'll look really nice with the dried peppers.
I don't know. So, what's her name? Either Cassandra or even Thule can come up and, come on and show us some dried peppers. In the fall, if I'm still streaming, if I'm still around, I'll show you some fucking Indian corn. How's that sound?
Yeah, cool. That'll be awesome.
Chili Rista. I don't care. Okay. So I don't want to keep you. If you want to stay, that's cool. I enjoy these conversations, but I feel like I'm keeping you. You're like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You're worried more about the
No, it is cool. I like learning about that stuff, and that corn with the aerial roots, that was awesome. I didn't know about that.
Well, you agree I'm a Spurg. Some people disagree. Some people don't think Spurgdom exists. You've said before, yeah, in my opinion, I think he's a Spurg. So this is the kind of Spurg shit that just runs through my mind sometimes.
It's interesting. I like it, and you learn new things. It's good.
So, but I wonder, is it a Mexican? Because, a lot of Mexicans in the Southwest. Is it a Mexican thing? Is it a Chicano thing? People of Mexican ancestry, but from the Southwest. I've never seen dried peppers just on people's porches or anything. It's kind of strange.
And this is going to be James's first Christmas, actually. Now, not.
Hold on, I thought it was a bacteria. It's a fungus, and apparently the Mexicans actually eat the fungus too. Okay, so this is going to be James's first Christmas down under.
Yeah, there's lots of symbiotic relations. Sorry, I'm just going to nerd out. Lots of symbiotic relationships between fungi and plants, and even bacteria as well on roots. It's interesting. They help each other. It's cool. Anyway, it's going to be James's first hot Christmas. So, yeah, that'll be different. No snow. It'll be summer. Maybe go to the beach. We'll see. Yeah. Different foods as well.
Do you call him Santa Claus or Father Christmas? Who do you call the jolly man and the fat?
We called them both, but normally it's Santa Claus.
And
but when I was younger, you would hear Father Christmas a lot.
So you're saying back, because you're 50 years old, you're saying in the 1970s and 80s, Father Christmas was still the common term in Australia. At some point, Santa Claus.
I would hear Father Christmas from my grandparents. So maybe it was something that they had heard. So we used it interchangeably. Santa, Father Christmas.
What about your
Saint
children?
Nick?
Your children, they use interchangeably, or they use Santa Claus?
Oh, no, Santa. Yeah, so when they were younger, it was Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your grandparents were exclusively Father Christmas. Your kids were exclusively Santa. You're like this bridge generation kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
What about your parents? Your parents would say, go to bed, Santa's coming, or what would your parents call Santa?
They would say Santa Claus is coming.
Okay,
you better get to bed.
Your grandparents said to your parents, Father Christmas. Your parents' generation was the first to say, let's tell the kids it's Santa Claus instead. So basically, yeah.
Well, with my family anyway, that's how it was. They would say Father Christmas or Santa. Yeah, my grandparents. But yeah, my parents was always Santa or Santa Claus, and I was always Santa Claus. Yeah. But now the kids are too old. They don't believe in Santa anymore.
That's not the point. I was talking about linguistics and what you call them. And,
Linguistics, yeah. But
Does he
I
wear,
don't even say Santa
does he
anymore.
wear like the full suit? I mean, because he's from the North Pole, it's cold, but it's summertime in
Yeah.
Australia, so you got to see Santa Claus. It's hot as hell, but he's dressed up in like fur. I mean, what he
He
dresses
is.
the same, or he wears shorts?
Yeah, so when you would get your photos with Santa, Santa was always a bit sweaty because he was in the northern hemisphere get up. The long beard, the hat, the long attire. Yeah. But I think we're trying to make it more Aussie now. We're trying to get it more our style. So Santa might have, board shorts on, which I don't know if you call them board shorts, swim shorts, and thongs, which you call flip flops. And he might have his hat on,
I'm looking up
but
board
he's a bit
shorts.
boxy.
It's like a bathing suit. It's what you go into the water with.
Yeah, like swim shorts.
Yeah, some people say some. I would say a bathing suit. A bathing suit, and yeah. What do you call actual thongs? If you call flip flops thongs, what do you call actual thongs? You know what
G-strings.
Okay,
Yeah.
both are used here. Thongs and G-strings are interchangeable. Things on your feet are
Or
always called
sometimes, if you're a real bogan, you might call them G-bangers.
G-bangers.
Yeah.
So, is James going to wear a pair of thongs, and you'll wear a pair of G-bangers to the beach?
Well, we might. We're both gonna wear G-bangers and thongs. So there we go.
And you're going to send me. I want to see that. That could be your Christmas photo. You guys together, wearing G-bangers. Merry Christmas from down under. I'd love to see that. The two of you and G-bangers.
We'll make it our Christmas card. We'll send out a Christmas card to everyone.
I'm looking forward to it.
Have a cheeky Christmas.
I've never heard of board shorts. Not in the Northeast. I've never heard board swim trunks.
Swim trunks. That's it.
I'd more
Swim
commonly say
trunks.
bathing suit. You'd say bathing suit. I think James would agree with me. But yeah, and apparently her grandma, like your grandparents said Father Christmas, Cassandra's grandmother said thongs for the things on your feet. So okay, I don't know. See, different. It's not just America. It could be different regions, regionalism. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, board as in surfboard. That might be more of a West Coast thing. Sandra grew up in Los Angeles or Orange County, Southwestern California. That might be it might be you guys, Aussies, got the term from Californians. It might be a West Coast
Yeah,
thing. I've never called them. I would say I put them on my bathing suit or swim trunks. We never call them board shorts.
And women won't call their we call like a bathing suit swimmers or cozies, like your swimming costume, and then we shorten it like we do everything and say cozies.
So before I go to the beach,
Yeah.
you put on your cozy. You have brekkie in your cozy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, gotta get your cozies and put your thongs on. Take your towel.
A towel is still a towel.
Bathing suit sounds so posh. I must wear my bathing suit. Thank you so much.
Now, what are those? French fries or chips? What are those there?
They're chips to me. These were from they got skin on though.
Did James cook that for you? He's not only he's your manservant. He's not only fixing the light switch, he's actually cooking too. Wow.
I think he was hungry. And he does cook for me.
Does he use the oven or he puts it in the microwave or oven? How do you make that?
Oh, he does everything. He's used the oven, the stovetop, the microwave, the air fryer. He does it all.
Is your oven electric or is it gas powered, natural gas, or?
It's electric, my one. Yeah. Yeah, but we have both here, gas and electric.
I enjoy. I'm talking to you. I'm not bothered by him. He can just make you food and fix your light. This is great. This is how it should be. I'm glad I missed his stream. I'm glad you're streaming with me, Donda. I'm so glad you're streaming with me and James is having an attitude, so I have to look at him. This is so nice. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah. Naughty.
You don't have to
anyway.
Tell James, hey, by the way, don't forget to vacuum. You can talk for another 20 minutes. Have James vacuum. That's cool.
No, I've already vacuumed. I've got to do the washing, the laundry, and I wanted to.
James can do the laundry. I'm designating him laundry guy. You got to tell him, James, I'm streaming right now with OC. You do the laundry. Pick it up. He'll say, okay.
I thought it was going to be a quick convo between two of us, and then
Are you
Brocy as
complaining?
well.
Is this,
But
no, it's
Brocy
not
needs to
just
go to
me.
bed.
Cassandra wanted to give you linguistic nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually said that, but yeah, you can laugh at Cassandra. Okay, she was laughing at my joke, but you can credit it to her. I'll let that go. No, Cassandra wants to talk about linguistics, and Thule wants to talk about dried peppers as a decoration, and I just
Oh, he knows mycorrhizae. Nice. Sloth. Mummy Sloth is so smart. Yes.
Can you explain it to me? What is mycorrhizae? Can you explain it to me?
They're underground fungi, and they're all these fungal highways under the ground in the soil. It's like a new world. It's amazing. And it's like they have symbiotic relationships with trees and their tree roots, and they actually can feed trees, and then the trees will feed them. Is it carbon from the roots? Because they feed on carbon. Yeah, it's actually really interesting. Fungi are so cool.
I love talking about fungus when I'm eating, chips. So do you use French use with the French use ketchup or mustard, or would you like to just
I'll get it. This one's actually tomato sauce.
What? Let's take a look.
This one's tomato sauce. We do have ketchup here as well, but this one is,
So, okay,
I think Fountain is an Aussie brand.
What is the difference between ketchup and tomato sauce?
I actually don't know. I think tomato sauce is a bit more like tangy. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is, but there is a taste difference, isn't there? He likes tomato
James,
sauce.
because I know James knows what ketchup is because he put some on his cheeseburger at that diner. So James knows what ketchup is. What is the difference in his opinion between ketchup and tomato sauce? Does he know, or?
I think he's checked out.
Good. To hell with him.
He says he's watching off grid.
Okay, good for him.
He's very salty right now.
About what's he so upset about?
I don't know.
I would much rather sit down. Is he saying something? Have you sit and listen? What?
No, he's eating and he's feeding Millie, and he's listening to off grid.
Good bitch. Okay, so anyway, you're having what in addition to the chips? What is that? Is that fried chicken or what is that? I can't tell what that is.
Yeah, it's like a chicken schnitzel.
I've never heard of a chicken. It looks weird. It's like a patty.
Oh, really?
I can't say a chicken schnitzel. No, I've heard of Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh,
chicken schnitzel.
So it's similar. It's similar to Wiener Schnitzel, but it's chicken. And then, have you heard of chicken parmigiana?
Parmesan, yeah.
Chicken parmesan? Yeah. So we shorten that to chicken parmy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say not parmesan. I would say chicken parmesan, or chicken parm. You could say chicken parm, which is shorter than parm. Chicken parm, chicken parmesan. That's like chicken with the cheese. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have like ham or something over the top with the cheese, and then tomato sauce on top, like a Napolitana sauce.
Yeah, I sat down at a table next to James, ate a cheeseburger, put my head on his shoulder. I'd much rather do that with you. Are you coming to this country so we can do that? Or are you paying me for to come to your wedding? So I'd love to sit down with you and just, eat a chicken parmy or a chicken schnitzel and chips. And, we can, I think we'd have this is such a nice conversation. I don't recall James and us having such a beautiful conversation in real life.
I think you have. I think you have in real life, you and him. Yeah.
Jasmine Monique is here. She wants to say hi, and James is being, standoffish.
Hey, Jasmine. I think he was looking forward to going into your. I don't want to talk for him because I don't know.
Talk for him. You're going to be allegedly his wife or his common law. You're going to be certified, so you can talk for him. Go ahead.
Well, I'm only assuming that I think he was hoping that you'd stream or you'd come onto his stream, but you explained why you didn't, that you're in a diner.
Hello, does she want? I see someone in the background. Hello, would you like to be on camera? Who's that?
Definitely not.
What's your name? I know James. I know Donna. I think Max was there before. Who's next? Who's next? There's one other person here. Hello. I'm a good friend of your Uncle James. We go back. Just another, one of these bastard Yankees who wants to, infiltrate Australia. James and I, we have a history together.
You do have
I
a
was going
history.
to be the best man in his wedding. He was going to fly me in. But we had a falling out. So
There's no falling out. It's just a misunderstanding, I think.
you can turn the camera back. She's gone now. I don't like this angle. I can't see the chicken schnitzel. Oh, okay. Move the plate. Okay, smart. Is James?
There you go.
I ask this: is James also cooking for your kids, or just for you right now? Is it, did he make enough for everyone to eat?
Sometimes like he's done
Right
breakfast
now,
and
if your daughter wants some chips and chicken schnitzel, can she have some, or he only made enough for two?
Right now, I think he just cooked for us because
he better
they're doing
cook
their
for
thing.
kids. He's got to start thinking like a daddy. He better cook for those kids. What's he doing?
But he has before. Yeah, we've all cooked meals.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to ask,
No, he's made pancakes and stuff.
She can answer off camera. You can hear her voice. She doesn't have to look. How does she feel about having a new stepfather? Well, ask her.
She's gone now.
What's her name? What?
Uncle James. Sorry, what?
They call him Uncle James. They call him Dad. What do they call him?
No, just James.
Okay, just James. I'm friends with just James. I call him Uncle. He's like the uncle I always wanted. Anyway, so okay, what is your daughter's name? I didn't hear. Your daughter's name is. Anyway. It's funny. I was talking about my problems. I apparently piss people off. People I think are my buddies turn on me. I thought James and I were buddies. Apparently, I got this knack for really. It isn't just, man, you pissed me off, go to hell. It's like, I fucking hate this asshole. He thinks he only cares about himself. It's like this deep-seated hatred. I've always said James and Matt are like two heads of the same serpent. I got this treatment from Matt, and I'm getting it from James. What's going to happen is James will stop talking to me, but he'll come into my chat with like 4 or 5 different alts, pretending to be God knows who. I'm going to know. He'll say, I'm an Aussie, and then he'll misspell honor or something, and I'll be like, James, what the fuck are you doing? I can tell. It just. I already know where this is going. All right.
No, he doesn't have any alts, and like I said, I think it was just a misunderstanding with the streaming. Yeah. Because I think he was waiting this morning for you to come back on. He kept checking because he didn't want to stream if you were going to stream. Yeah.
He can stream whenever he wants. I don't check if he's
streaming. No, but I think it was expecting he didn't want to. He didn't want to stream out of.
I never said I never promised to come back. I only came back because I thought that was kind of. When did I say we'll be back? Be right back. I said, man, we can't grill now. Fuck this. Let's kill this and go out and get something to eat. I don't recall ever saying I'm going to be streaming. Give me 5 minutes, guys. I never said that.
Okay, I don't know because I was still half asleep.
Right, exactly. You're getting the emotional side. You're not getting the truth. I speak truth. I'm a Spurg.
Okay.
Okay, me. Okay, so now, what does your daughter think of Uncle James? She's cool with him, or is there like, what about Max? As he said, you're not my real father. Have we gotten to that point yet? That you're not my real dad?
No, he doesn't say that.
Now, let me ask you this. Since James has moved in, has your ex come around to pick the kids up or anything? Has he? I know James and your ex met once. Has he come around since? Or?
Just trying to think. I think he did come around, but James and I had already gone out. So he just picked up the kids and then dropped them home before we got home. Yeah.
You were out for quite a long time. Or he doesn't spend, or your ex doesn't spend much time with them. He picked them up when you were gone, dropped them off before you got back. Either he's not spending much time with the kids, or you guys were out for a long, long time.
We were out for a.
Your mother's not home yet. She must really like this guy. I remember a time when we'd be out. Yeah. Okay.
I think we were out for a good 5 hours. Yeah, 5
an hour and a half together. They went to the library or something and just spent an hour and a half.
It was longer than that. It was longer than that. Yeah. No, that was longer. They go out to lunch and.
Well, do you plan to invite your ex to your wedding?
No.
No,
I do not. No, that would be just weird.
It would be, but I and sometimes with divorces, even if the man and woman divorce, like one ex-spouse stays in touch with family members of the other side? Like, are you still buddies with like his sister or his uncle or whatever? Are there still people on his side that you're still close with?
I wouldn't say close, but just friendly. But we don't talk. If I ever did see them, then I would say hi. How's things?
But not friendly enough to invite to your wedding, is what you're saying.
No.
Is there
That
anyone
ship
that
sailed.
is he still close with your brother or your cousin or anything? Is he still close with some of your family?
No, but again, it's not like anybody hates each other. It's
That's
just
not what
that
I said. No, I'm sure. Oh, hey,
But I'm trying to explain to
my
you.
ex-wife's brother. Nice to see you. Hi. I'm talking about you. Like, even though your brother, even though my sister divorced you, you're still my buddy. Come here, you bogan mate. I mean, is there anyone like,
No, it's not like that.
Hmm.
No, it's just like, hey, how you going? Oh, that's good. How's work? If they did run into each other, which is rare, yeah. But
And does your ex know how you met James? The whole internet streaming thing.
sort of, but I haven't said too much because it's I can't see the emoji.
I can't
But
tell what it is.
I don't say everything because it's not really his business.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But what about your kids? Your kids are cool with this, and they're new to different generation. Or like right now, you're talking.
Yeah.
To me, are they like, why is mom talking to some guy halfway across the world, or they don't really care, or they think it's cool, or what?
Well, they're not right near me, but I'm sure my daughter knows I'm. I think they might have heard your voice before because I've had you listening to you other times. So I think they've heard your voice.
I see.
Okay. Is that weird?
No, it's actually endearing. I feel like sometimes some people like to put on the television to fall asleep. They like to listen to someone with a soothing voice rock them to sleep. I like to think I have a nice soothing American accent. That puts them to soothing.
I don't know if you call your voice soothing. I think it's
what would you call it?
Loud. American New Yorker loud.
New York. I'm from Jersey, man, not New York.
Yeah, it's a Jersey thing.
Well, like I said, I hear you when you and Dubs talk. I can tell you're both Australian, but you do sound different. And you say that Dum and I, you can tell we're Americans, but we do sound a bit different to you. Dum and I are James and I. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I don't mock Chris's voice at all. I think he's got a nice speaking voice.
No, mocking was about a different. I can tell you're both Australian, but different variants, different dialects of Australian.
Yeah. No, he's got a nice accent. Yeah.
Right.
A nice accent.
He's got a nice accent. I got a disgusting. Okay.
No, I'm just saying his Aussie accent sounds nice. It doesn't sound very bogan and very ochre. I don't know how can I explain ochre? Just bogan. He doesn't sound bogan.
What's an ochre? I want to know what an ochre is.
An ochre is like a real bogan Aussie. Like a real how you going?
How do you spell it? Ochre, or how are we spelling this?
I think it's spelled Ocker. I think, or it could be that way. I'm not sure. Possibly like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, so are you still doing the DoorDash Uber driving stuff, or you've finished that?
I'm still signed up to those apps, but I haven't done. I got to do something. I spend most of my days doing nothing of constructive nature. I tell myself, well, I'm not going to DoorDash because I clean the bathroom, but then I don't clean the bathroom. I just get drunk. So I'm kind of in a bad way, and my brother's getting pissed. But yes, I'm still technically signed up and plan to do a little. In fact, the other day was pretty cool. I went to my bank account because I got these checks. I went to go deposit the checks from my my settlement with the auto parts place, and I realized I had like a couple hundred more than I realized. And I said, "Wow!" And I realized it was from the DoorDash and Uber. I said, "Oh, cool! So maybe I should do this for pin money. It's nice for pin money, but it's not really, but it's nice to have a little cushion." Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Something's coming in, so yeah, it's a little bit of security blanket, I guess. Yeah, why not? And at least you get to work on your own. You'd have to work with people.
True.
So that's good. That's always a big bonus. Yeah. Anyway, I better go clean.
Oh, there's one last thing. No, before you go, I just saw a weird glance Is my friend right across from you? Do you want to turn the camera? Is there someone
No,
across? Is someone across from you that I can look at? Not one of your kids. Is there someone right across from you that I might
no,
recognize, that I may have seen in real life, whose eyes I may have
definitely
looked
there's not.
into, whose shoulder I may have caressed? Is there someone there I should be looking at?
No, he's in the bedroom. I was just wondering if he was there.
Do you want to give us a quick house tour before you go, or no?
No.
When are you going to give us the house tour? We can't picture where the bedroom is.
Well, I've got to get extra storage extra storage space, and so things are kind of in flux at the moment with stuff. So once the stuff is organised, I can show you maybe a house tour.
All right. My
We'll
final
see.
question, just to bring it back. You believe that within a couple of weeks you'll be able to go to the consulate and you'll be able to put James's house to rest. You think the sale will go through for the correct price? No nonsense with the realtor shortchanged me. He told me it was this amount, but it's really that. You think it's everything seems to be, we would say, above board. Everything is going to go through without a hitch, you think?
Yeah, well, it seems to be that way. I think he just got to get this, the original signature FedExed over to America. So we've got to pay for express that
So
way.
are they going to
But
FedEx the documents, or can you just sign a copy, but that you got to FedEx back the proper
I
signature?
believe they're emailing the documents. Then James will have to print them out. I guess fill out whatever he needs to do. We need to go to the consulate. They sign whatever they need to sign, and then we have to post those original then documents express post over to the US, which I think James said takes maybe 1 to 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I am imagining that should be okay. So, yeah.
Keep us posted, as I said. Keep
Yeah.
us posted. Okay. And let us know
Yeah.
when you're leaving the country, where you're going, how long James has to be out of the country for to reset his visa or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll keep you posted about that, but I imagine it's going to be in September. I could be wrong, but yeah. Anyway, be nice holiday again.
Okay. Well, Donna,
Yes.
I want to say be kind to yourself and be kind to others.
And to you.
And
Yes.
you
And
should
to
tell your
everyone who's still listening.
soon to be certified partner he should be kind to himself and be kind to others. Can you hear me? Be kind to others. Who are you looking at? He's in the bedroom. I see you looking off to the side. Yeah. If there's someone over there, remember to be kind to yourself. But more importantly, be kind to others. If anyone's in earshot.
Gotcha. All right. Take it easy.
Take it easy. Nice to see
Bye,
you.
guys. See ya. Bye.
Okay, so we got rid of her. Okay, that was nice, wasn't it? All right, so that was a nice chat with Donda. Wasn't planning for it to go that way, but okay. So spoke to Donda. What else? It's like she's still kind of here. For the 2 or 3 starlings still watching, did we glean anything from that? Was that of any sort of value? All right. I'm just looking at some other websites in the background. Anything else to say? Are we done here? Should we wrap this up? Anyone want to say anything? Should we just say goodbye, wind it down, just end the damn thing? As I always say, oh, I got to read a poem. Let me read a poem. I got to reads me a poem Let's see here. Or I'll just read from a book. Does anyone want to hear me read? I'll read a few pages and then we'll say goodnight. Okay. The name of this book is called Hitler's Generals. Hitler's Generals. Actually, since no one's here, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, blah, 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 blah.